You're listening to the Snyder-Collin Podcast, available on iTunes, Google Play, Libsyn, and wherever podcasts are listened to. This week's episode brought to you by men who wear scarves. They're pretty brave.
Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a madman drums, bombers, Indians in the summer with the teenage.
Men who wear scarves.
Men
I
who
think
wear
that-
scarves.
I just think the dudes that wear scarves are... That's a courageous fashion statement, that.
All right, if you live in the north and where it snows, you need a fucking scarf.
That's true.
You need one.
That's true. I just think that,
It's part of my wardrobe, it's part of my outfit, it's part of my fall outfit. It's kind of like, go fuck yourself, dude. No one cares about your scarf
Exactly.
when it's like 80 degrees outside.
Yeah, you know who wears a lot of scarves?
Jimmy?
No, Darren Aronofsky.
Ooh, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, he wears so many of
Is he
them.
always tossing it aside
Well, I
in
bet he is.
interviews and such?
I bet he is. I bet he's like, ugh, Mother is about the Bible.
He's like, I don't even care about the box office. I just wanted to make the film my way.
Exactly. That's pretty much everybody, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just leave this in. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, this is good. Leave all this stuff. And
Yeah.
welcome everybody.
Yeah,
to
it's good banter.
Welcome everybody to the Snyder-Collin Podcast.
Yeah, how we doing?
I have a bit of a cold.
Yep, Collin does have a cold this week. Oh, man.
You're going
Jeez.
to be hearing a lot of that.
That's okay.
It was worse on Wednesday. Wednesday, the day after we recorded the Blade Runner podcast, I went with my friend Casey. He was getting a tattoo, and I went outside to make a call, and then it just, like, hit me. I was, like, in the sun, it was hot, and I was like, oh, God, I don't feel good.
Do you mind? I hope Casey doesn't mind if you tell, but what is the... what is the tattoo of?
All right, this is actually a great story.
Okay, let's hear it.
A lot of people think that tattoos are supposed to have, like, deep meaning to them. They're like, what does it mean? What does it symbolize? What is that a symbol of? What does it mean to you?
Yeah,
And sometimes you just want something cool.
fair enough.
And what I'm about to tell you, eventually he did kind of tell me a meaning behind it, which I thought was actually pretty fucking deep.
Yeah.
But I went with him, and he got a tattoo of Michael Myers from Halloween on his shoulder.
Well, that's fine, just because he likes Michael Myers.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people think that's dumb because they're like, oh, you're supposed to get a Japanese character that means love.
Yeah, you're supposed to get something that means you're a warrior or something.
Yeah, or bravery or something.
On your shoulder.
He just wanted a tattoo of Michael Myers.
Fair enough. You know what? That's kind of pure, and I love that.
Really?
Yeah, I do love that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I sat there and watched him get it, and I thought it was really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, he just loves those movies. He loves that character.
Yeah.
Good for him. He wants to put it on his body. That's all good.
He didn't tell his wife, though.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. That's not good.
Because he is married, and he called me later that day, and I think she is fine with it now, but at first she was like fucking pissed.
Yeah, it took
And,
acceptance.
And like she was like creeped out by it too.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have to make love, so
Yeah.
I guess that where was it on his body?
Just on his shoulder, to like where like you'd only see it if he was wearing a sleeveless shirt or if he
Okay.
just had his shirt off. That's where all his tattoos are.
Shoulder's a good place for a tattoo. I think
Yeah.
that's a very inconspicuous place.
I really want to get a tattoo.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
told me you wanted to, for a while there, you were considering getting a Death Grips tattoo. I remember that.
I'm still considering getting that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's a cool tattoo.
It is. It's more... Well, it's not only just a Death Grips tattoo. It's actually, like, from someone else. It's from a Japanese artist, Suya Yu, and it was used in, I believe, a Japanese magazine.
Oh, okay.
So, Goes both ways. And it's similar to the Michael Myers tattoo because both, masks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's a cool idea.
I'm just kind of nervous,
Yeah, I feel you.
Because it's like you don't know how your body's going to react to a hot needle piercing your body.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the guy at the tattoo place, he just said it's irritating as fuck. That's what he said.
I can believe that, yeah.
Yeah. But there's like a chance that if you haven't like eaten anything or if you're not hydrated or well rested that you could pass out.
Well, I mean, that risk is with a lot of things. That comes with a lot of stuff. Passing out. You can pass out for virtually anything.
I've never like fainted. So
really?
No.
Interesting.
Like from
I think
heat or dehydration or anything.
I remember. Well, I wasn't okay. Well, one time during like baseball practice, I had very little to drink at all, and we were running around and stuff. And I just think I got a little bit overexerted, and I did kind of like stumble a little bit, but I never really lost consciousness. I remember, I think that I was getting out of bed one morning or something, like when I was in early grade school, and my mom was trying to get me up and stuff, and like so I went in the hallway, and like for whatever reason she was in the hallway right next to my room, like right out there, and I guess she was changing like the temperature or something on the
thermostat.
Yeah, on the thermostat, and I don't know what she was doing, but I stopped and like said hello and stuff, and like I was standing there for a second, and then like I just kind of like things got fuzzy, and then I woke up and like I was on the ground and like
shit.
Yeah, my mom was like, "Whoa, like you just like were gone there for a second." I was like, "What? Like that's crazy. That's wild." But yeah, like that's pretty much the only time I've ever passed out, if you will, or fainted.
Fair. I guess that's it's a good thing not to faint, because if you do, you may want to go to a doctor. You want to know what some creepy shit, though, is sleepwalking.
That is creepy. That is very creepy.
That happened to me once. It was like early in the night. It was in, I believe, elementary school. I was probably like 10 or 11, and it was like pretty early in the night, like I just said. So I'm repeating myself for basically no reason at all.
That's fine.
Basically, I just got out of my bed, got back on the couch, and started watching TV. And, like, I remembered it. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Because my mom was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm watching TV." And then, like, she took me back to bed. And then I woke up that morning, and, like, I remembered that I did that I got up, like half conscious. And it really bugged me that whole day. Like, it kind of creeped me out. I was like, ew, why did I do that?
That is kind of creepy.
Yeah, it really kind of upsetted me for like the next day.
I have a similar sleepwalking story. It's actually the only sleepwalking I've ever done ever.
Yeah.
And because that room right across the hall from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that used to be my grandmother's room. Before that, it was a guest room.
Okay.
And I believe at the time this was a guest room. And because my grandmother wasn't living with us, but at this time she moved in later. But I woke up. Well, I was sleeping, obviously. Any good sleepwalking story begins with you sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah. And I guess I had sleptwalked into that room, locked the door somehow, and like the doors in my house are like a push-in turn lock. So like I kind of like accidentally did it, I think. Like I just like stumbled and closed it on accident, like just because I was fucking around and I was tired, so it didn't matter. But and I locked it on accident, and then I was just standing there, I guess. And I must have like been making some noise because my parents like came in and like tried to get me out, and I had locked the door. So they were like screaming at me.
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, it was kind of a traumatic event.
Wake up!
Yeah, like wake up, and like I don't know if I'm remembering that all correctly because it was obviously a very long time ago. But and I haven't really talked to anybody about it honestly. But so that could just be complete bullshit. But that's what I remember. And then I woke up and like I was having trouble getting the door open because I didn't know how to lock it.
Where am I?
Yeah, it was weird. It was a creepy moment there.
Yeah, sleepwalking is it's not fun.
No, it's very disturbing once you wake up.
Oh, I did sleepwalk again last year. I believe I told you that story, but that's like a drunk story, and it's pretty graphic.
Yeah, that is pretty graphic. We won't tell that on the podcast. You don't have to do that. Do you want to? Do you want to tell our listeners about this story? It's pretty wild. I mean, like, our listeners will feel for you.
All right, yeah, might as well.
Yeah,
so,
totally.
It was late at night. I believe I had a good bit to drink. I was pretty drunk. I had like eight beers.
Any good sleepwalking story begins with 8 beers.
I wasn't like completely trashed, but I was just like drunk. And I remember being like, all right, before I go to sleep, I'm gonna drink plenty of water.
Yeah.
So I don't wake up feeling like a cactus or like sandpaper.
Yeah.
So we had a bunch of bottles of Dasani or Aquafina because my neighbor, I think he works in some sort of like, I don't know, he gets a bunch of water for free.
Totally.
And we had a bunch of these water bottles. So I chugged like 2 of those like, pretty decent sized water bottles in like 3 minutes.
Jesus.
And I was like, all right, nice and hydrated.
For sure.
But the day before that night, I had only gotten like maybe 2 hours of sleep because I believe I had to wake up early that morning to work a double, and I just couldn't get myself to fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I was running very low on sleep. So I went to bed that night after chugging all this water. And then I got up the next morning and I was taking a shower, and then it like hit me. I was like, whoa, that was a strange dream I had last night. And then it hit me again. I was like, it was like in Rosemary's Baby. I was just like, wait, that wasn't a dream. That really happened. And basically, like, I like got up in the middle of the night because I had to pee so bad from drinking all that water that I thought I was in my bathroom, but I just took a piss right there on the floor. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so bad.
Yeah, it is.
Jeez.
I just had to go, and like, yeah, it was crazy.
That's an awful experience, but it's funny to laugh at later.
It wasn't that bad. It could have been worse. There's a lot of like, you hear a lot of stories of people like pissing themselves drunk, like,
Yeah,
just because they're so inebriated, or you always hear a lot of stories. I heard one. I'm not going to talk about that story because it's actually kind of tragic.
Oh, geez.
But have you ever seen the movie Unfriended?
No, that's the one where they're talking through the Skype chat, right?
Yeah. Basically, the girl kills herself because they upload a video of her like passed out at this party because she was so drunk and she like shit herself.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more embarrassing things you can do.
Fair enough. Yeah, totally.
And like, I guess I was in such a deep sleep and my bladder was so like tight with urine that I just got up and whiz. I don't know why I like telling people this story. I just find it interesting.
I remember when we were at work, you were very embarrassed to tell me this story.
I was then. Yeah, I was that day. Now it's kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. It just happens, Like sometimes accidents happen. I've done some embarrassing stuff.
Oh yeah,
drunk before. Absolutely, anybody has, and everybody's had a rough night. You know.
Oh yeah.
There was a night, about a year ago, actually. It's kind of when I stopped. When I didn't stop drinking because I haven't stopped drinking. I still drink, but kind of cut down on the liquor.
Okay, I was never a liquor drinker. You can't get me to drink any of that stuff.
See, I don't.
To me, it just kind of like scares me.
Well, it should scare you. You should be weary about it. But I don't know. Wisdom comes from being afraid. Oftentimes, They ever tell you that? Yeah. But that's a saying. But I had attended a concert, and it was a school night for me. Well, I was in college at the time. It was my freshman year.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you were like in high school or something.
No. It was my freshman year at Tallahassee Community College.
Oh.
And I had had 6 shots of Captain Morgan on the way to this event.
On the way?
Yes, on the way. In the car. Very irresponsible. Should never do that, guys. Should never do that. But I was like, you know what? 6 shots of Captain Morgan will fuck me up good. And then
I'd imagine it would do that.
Yes, quite a bit. And then we stopped on the way, and we got some Four Locos.
Oh my god!
Yes, yes. And that was the first and last time I've ever had a Four Loco.
I've never had one, but I heard they used to be stronger.
Yeah, they used to. This was during the time that they were strong.
Okay,
they were quite it was quite powerful. It was a powerful experience.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows what a Four Loco is. If you don't, it's basically like a alcoholic energy drink, and
pretty much
a very high alcohol percentage.
It's loaded with alcohol, loaded with sugar, so it's very good for making you hungover.
Yeah.
But it will get you drunk very quickly. And And unless you drink like 6 bottles of water with the damn thing, you will feel bad after. It's not a debate. But so I downed this Four Loko incredibly quickly. Like it was gone infinitely fast. Like jet speed.
You're like, well, time to pound this.
Yeah. And so so this was before the concert even began. So we walk into the concert.
What concert?
It was for Azizi Gibson.
Okay.
Yes. And he's a rapper. He's a lesser known rapper, but he's great. You know, you should check him out, guys.
Cool.
Yeah, and he was in Tallahassee. He was at Club Down Under, which is near Oglesby Union at Florida State. And so we go in. I don't remember any of this concert. Any of it. Like, I remember some of the opening act. There was like a DJ, and he was just playing music. That's all. I don't remember anything. I had people's numbers in my phone afterward. Like not like...
You're probably sociable, just like going people.
Probably
like, hey.
incredibly, yeah. Like, I think I was talking to somebody about a music video opportunity at some point.
I can see you doing that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, like, dude, if you want a video. So, like, I had a bunch of, like, potential clients at this point. And this is the next day that I'm discovering all this. And then I look through my phone, and I find a picture of me with Azizi Gibson. I have a picture of me and him selfieing, and he looks so tired of my shit. It's not even funny. I will show you this picture. It's in my Snapchat memories.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, it's great. It's an excellent picture. Gosh, boy,
did you throw up on Azizi?
I didn't throw up that night. There is a tragicer side of this story. It's not tragic, but it's sad.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. But let me find this thing. Oh my god. Yeah, me and Azizi Gibson right there.
He does look tired. He's just
He's just like, get me the fuck away from this kid. I am, yeah, no. It was, yeah.
Your face says it all.
Yeah, dude,
You're not really even, like,
trashed.
smiling. You just have, like, your mouth agape and, like, your front teeth are showing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not a good look for me. But, the only reason that I really even, like, know about any of the concert was, like, these videos, like, these 2 videos that I took, apparently. They're just
so this wasn't too long ago, like, last year or something?
This is, when does it say this is? August of 2016. September September of 2016. So, yeah, that was the last time I've ever had rum. And the smell of spiced rum, fuck it. I can't smell it anymore, dude. Can't do it. But the sadder part of this story is that I was so inebriated that the house that we went back to, obviously I didn't drive home. I wouldn't even know what a car is at this point. So I was like, yeah, I'll just chill on this guy's couch for a little bit. No worries. My phone was dead at the time too.
So you left Club Down Under at this point? Okay.
Yeah, the concert was over and everything. Don't remember a thing. And so we go back to this guy's house, who I know. I know him fairly well. I wasn't a good enough friend of his to, like go to his wedding or anything, but, so I'm just chilling on the couch. I fall asleep on the couch. Here's the mistake. If you live with your parents, let them know where you are, because I didn't. And so my parents were worried sick about me. Absolutely, like totally worried. Called the cops.
I think I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering when you were saying this, I was like, was there like a cop gone? Or no, I was thinking maybe you told me this, but I remember that happened to Nathan one time. Wow. Where I think he stayed over at his at the time at his girlfriend's place or somewhere. I think it was at the girl he was with at this time, and I think his parents ended up calling the sheriffs. You may have told me about that, though.
I think I did. Yeah. I think I did. I was good friends with you at the time, so it would make sense that I would tell you. But yeah. So I wake up at like 5 a.m. By the way, I get up for school at 6. I wake up at 5 a.m. on my own. I'm still a little tipsy.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine you would be.
Yeah, I mean, I had slept most of it off, but I was still a little tipsy. Too tipsy to drive, and that's where I fucked up. I drove home. But I was so worried and my phone was dead, I was like, oh my god, my parents are going to be freaking out. Turns out they were, and I was absolutely right. But, so I charged my phone on the way home, call my parents. I'm like, hey, like, I'm safe and stuff, I'm good. And then I get home. They were not very happy with me, rightfully so. And, so, like, I go to sleep for like 15 minutes, wake back up, get a ride from Jimmy to school. The entire day of school, I walked out of each class twice to throw up.
Oh, man.
It was awful. It was really awful. And then, funny enough, Jimmy had to leave school early or something, so I didn't have a ride home.
Oh, no.
Because we have the same schedule, but he left, and didn't have a ride home, so I had to call my friend Garen to pick me up. Shout out to Garen, he's probably listening.
Good old Garen.
Yep, Garen actually does listen to the podcast.
Oh, does he?
He really enjoys it, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's
Thanks.
actually the reason that I'm putting everything on YouTube now, because he told me he needed it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Not a bad idea.
he likes to listen to it like through his Chromecast.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. It's awesome. But yeah. So Garen drove me home. He drove all the way out to TCC, all the way back home to get me. Good friend.
What a fucking guy.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. And that was an awful time, and that taught me a lot of lessons. One, liquor is not good for me. Two, Four Locos are also not good for me. Stick to Yingling.
Yes.
Because Yingling I would die before I got that drunk on Yingling.
You would die before you get that inebriated.
I would have to kill myself. Like, my bladder wouldn't be able to hold that much in me. I would explode.
I've gotten a pretty good tolerance to beer.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can drink a 6-pack of Yingling and be like, I'm good.
Fair enough. Well, see, like, I'm you know, you and I are both very skinny, man. You also drink a lot more beer than I do. Beer.
Yeah. I'm also of age to drink.
That is fair. That's fair. But I do drink it anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
My parents are okay with it. I don't get messed up on it or anything.
Yeah.
Although Yingling gets me drunker than Coronas do, which is interesting.
Yeah?
I think it's the taste of Yingling that just, like, kind of hits my head a little quicker. But, like, Coronas, like, I drank, like, a 6-pack of Corona, and I felt fine. Like, I felt good at the beach. Actually, it was 5, but whatever. Who's counting, you know? But yeah. Like,
Corona with a lime. Delicious.
Very delicious.
Yeah,
Corona without a lime, bitter. It's a bitter beer.
Corona was the first beer I had where I was like, you know what? Not bad.
Yeah.
The first beer I ever had, I believe, was Yingling.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
know what it was called at the time.
Mm-hmm.
This was back in high school, and you know, I was just kind of like sipping on it. I was just kind of like, yeah, this is kind of bitter.
Yeah.
I remember back in high school, we didn't drink a lot in high school, but I put a beer in like a glass and put ice in it, and
Ooh.
I don't remember who it was, but it was someone, and they were like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you doing?"
I did that once when I was young and naive.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Well, what? It keeps it cold." And they were just like, "You don't put ice in beer," and I was like, "Why not?" And they were like, "You just don't." I guess because the ice melts, and you just don't do it.
Yeah, it's kind of a taboo thing to do.
I've seen people put salt in their beer. I've seen people like do it at work, you know, the customers.
Really? I've never seen a customer do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's like all beers, only certain types.
Why?
I don't know. I think it makes it sweet or something.
Yeah, salt, known for its sweetness.
Sodium chloride.
Yeah. Gosh. I'm trying to think of my first beer experience.
Yeah, mine was just hanging out at my friend Cal's house in his room. I think, I don't know, like we had probably his Xbox on or something. I think I was playing Call of Duty and I just had the beer sitting next to the shelf.
Yeah.
And just kind of like sipping on it and was just kind of like,
Any good Call of Duty story starts with beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Bless you. That wasn't a sneeze, but I'm blessing you anyway.
It was a cough, and there was plenty of mucus involved, so I don't blame you.
Good.
I don't have too many bad stories. There's that Christmas party.
Oh, I remember that Christmas party. Actually, that's the Christmas party that got me into Yingling.
Really?
You were ordering buckets of Yingling. Yingling. I said it with a G there, if you noticed. But you were ordering buckets of that.
Yeah, me and Drew.
Yeah. Wow, that wasn't the first time I met Drew.
No, the first time you met Drew was
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Yeah. This might have been the second time I met Drew. Did I know Drew at this point? I can't remember the timetable.
Yeah, we'd started filming Rooney at this point.
Yeah, we already shot that. Yeah, that's right. But
you brought Cole with you.
I did.
Yeah,
I did bring Cole with
he was
me.
your like DD or something.
He was. That was a fun time.
It was.
Yeah, you were ordering buckets of that, so I was just like, yeah, mind if I have a couple? And like, I had like 6. It was great.
I don't remember how many I had, but I remember everything from that night too. I just remember like being super drunk and like hyper.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Jacob has videos of me on his phone,
Do
or
I?
he
Do I
did,
still
of
have videos of
me shouting "fuck Kevin Feige."
Oh my god, yes, I do remember that.
Don't
That's
play it.
great.
I don't want to see it.
I'm just seeing if I have them, because like if I do, then that's something I really want to watch after you leave.
Yeah, I was being a rambunctious, drunk guy.
Yeah.
I guess it's really not too bad if you wake up after a night of partying. I mean, if you have like a black eye, that's when you probably really, really fucked up.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I can agree with that.
You're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, someone punched me the fuck in the face. Jesus, what did I do?
Oh my god, that's very comical. Oh my god, I have a lot of videos or pictures that I didn't know about. Look at this picture.
Ew.
Does that not look like Jimmy? That's an impression of Jimmy that I was doing. That's
Jesus,
hilarious.
you do look like Jimmy.
Yeah, I really
know
do.
It's not Jimmy because you have more than just the goatee.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
It is.
I looked a lot like him. Do you hear that? Do you hear that buzz? Yeah, it's pretty bothersome. I don't know why that's in there. I'll
Basically,
just write down the time real quick.
drink beer. It's good stuff, but don't drive. And don't kill yourself from drinking. Me, I enjoy my beers at the end of the night. It's what I do. And you know what? I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, drive sober or get pulled over, as they say in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Click it or ticket.
You're right. Wear a seatbelt, you fucks.
Casey, whenever he gets in a car, I'm always like, dude, put your fucking seatbelt on.
I don't like it when people don't wear their seatbelt. Like,
it's annoying.
What? Yeah, like, you
It's
could
like,
die
why?
in my car. Like, that could scar me for life.
Dude, you want to know something? Growing up, until I was probably about like 13 or 12,
Yeah.
we never wore seatbelts.
Dude, that's messed up, dude.
It just wasn't like a thing. Like,
Fair enough.
I think it might have been like a parent thing of being like, oh, we don't need to wear seatbelts. My mom still doesn't wear seatbelts.
That's
She
dangerous,
does
dude.
now because she got pulled over a couple years ago.
Oh.
But yeah, like as kids, we didn't wear fucking seatbelts.
That's concerning, Colin. It's very concerning.
It's just kind of like a generational thing. Like, dude, like back in the 60s, it was maybe 60s. Let's just say 50s for sure. It was
Yeah.
completely fine to just like have
Not
a beer
wear
in
a
your
seatbelt.
car and
Yeah.
like not wear
Oh.
a seatbelt and just like drive and like drink. So it's kind of crazy. And I think those old way living mentalities kind of like my parents were never super protective. Like when I'd ride a bicycle, I never wore a helmet. I used to make fun of the other kids in the neighborhood
Oh my
who
God.
did wear helmets.
You're a dickhead.
Yeah. And like I remember this one time, it was Tyler and Dylan. That was their name. Tyler, I remember he was really into Harry Potter. He was kind of like, he's kind of nerdy, you know?
Yeah.
He was still kind of cool to hang out with. It was him and Dylan. I believe Dylan was younger than Tyler, so I was the oldest, and they were like giving me shit for not wearing a helmet.
Damn.
Yeah, they were like, you can go to jail. Stuff like that. And I was like, no. And I was like, no.
I guess technically you can, but no cop is going to be like, hey, 10-year-old boy,
Yeah.
you're going to jail.
Yeah.
You're doing hard time, you little fuck.
The one time I did need to wear a helmet was I had a camcorder.
Mhm.
This was about 8th grade, so I was probably 14, and I was recording while on my bike.
Oh my God.
My friend riding a bike, and it was really cool. Like it was like when I was 14, I was like, wow, this looks like it was so much like fun shooting that
Yeah.
because it looked almost like a professional shot.
Yeah.
And I was fine at doing it, just like holding the handlebar with one hand. But we started at the top of a hill and went around a curve,
Oh.
and that's where I fucked up, and I smacked my head on the pavement. And like I remember my arm was kind of like shaking. I think I was in shock because I was so shocked that my head wasn't gushing blood.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you were scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was, because like I figured I was gonna have like to get stitches
Mm-hmm.
or something, but no, it just smacked my head really hard. I was pretty fucking lucky.
Yeah, that is very lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had stitches?
No, I've never broken anything. Never had stitches.
I've never broken anything, but I had to get glue. I had to have a.
You had to get glued together.
Yeah, I had to get my forehead glued back
Yeah,
together.
I think I've seen your scar before.
Yeah, it's a pretty badass scar. Like honestly,
Yeah.
it looked pretty cool back in the day, but I didn't get it
Day.
in a very cool way. I was all right. This is very embarrassing.
Ooh.
This is incredibly embarrassing. Basically, I walked into a door.
Oh, wow.
At Childs. So.
Oh, damn. At school?
Yes, we were in the top of the 800 building. You're aware of which one that is?
The middle building?
Yeah, the middle.
Yeah.
The Mildle. I keep saying Mildle. Like I'm a
the
kid.
3 buildings.
Yeah, the middle one.
700.
Yep.
Yeah, 800.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was coming from Coach Wilkinson's class, physics. Good guy, good bloke. Excuse me. And there was a kid named Gavin Horde.
Gavin.
Yep, Gavin. He's a nice guy. And Garrett Mathis was also in this class. Shout out to Garrett. He actually listened to a podcast last week.
Thanks,
yeah.
Garrett.
Yeah, a lot of my friends listen to this podcast. That's good on them, you know? Good guys.
Those are true friends.
They are. They really are. But, so Gavin would always, every day when the bell rang, he would sprint out and, like, get to his car as soon as he could so he can go to lunch. Because I guess he was very short on time. This guy was a busy man. And, yeah.
You had to get to point A to point B.
He did.
Sometimes, and on the weekends, point C. That's what we used to say about our friend Daniel.
Yeah.
Because he was very, like...
Gotta get to it.
Yeah,
chop, chop.
Yeah, didn't want to waste any time. We were like, point A to point B.
Oh, my
On
God.
the weekends, point C.
But yeah, so Gavin was, he was always in a hurry, always in a rush. So I thought it would be funny one day to take a video for my Snapchat and just get him running out of this building to caption it funny. Because I was like, yeah, World Star, funny. So, not that I would have uploaded this shit to World Star, but I digress. So I get this video of him running, and I'm trying to, I'm doing a similar thing to you, where I'm getting a dolly shot with my iPhone for the Snapchat.
It's just not a good idea.
It's not. It's not. And see, like, I'm viewing things through my iPhone, and the door is closing, and I think that because there's a little bit of a delay, but I'm going by that, so I think that I have enough time to, like, catch the door and not let it latch on. Turns out I didn't. I had it was the perfect thing. The door just closed enough for it to, like, I couldn't just push it not on the handle. I pushed above the door pusher thing. You know what I'm talking about.
So you were outside?
No, I was inside. I was inside going out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And, like, those push-open doors.
Yeah, they were like bars.
Yes,
like, it wasn't a handle that you grab, but just a bar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. You weren't looking because you were just like, okay, I'm just going to, like, push forward.
Yeah, because I figured I'd catch it before it caught, so I wouldn't need to. It didn't. It latched on. I pushed the door in. Didn't go anywhere because it was closed.
Yeah, because you're pushing the door, not the actual bar.
Exactly. I wasn't opening the door. I was trying to keep the door open. So, yeah. And I obviously didn't go anywhere. Because I can't push a fucking door open without, trying to open it. So I pushed it, felt all the resistance, and smacked my head into the door.
You were really, like, you had a lot of momentum
I
going.
did. I was basically running at this point. So I just ran right into
because you're trying
door.
to keep up with him sprinting.
Exactly.
So you're walking or jogging, running, so damn.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just smacked your head.
Sure did. Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, and, like, so I smacked my head. I didn't think anything of it, really. It didn't really even faze me. I was just like, whatever, like, no big deal. So, like, I opened the door, and, like, I look back, and, like, someone's like, hey, man, there's a little bit of blood on you. And I was like, oh, true? Like, and I felt it, and, like, I guess me touching the thing itself kind of widened it a little bit.
Ew.
And, like, I just started fucking gushing blood. Like, there was so much blood on my face, dude. I looked so bad.
After you touched it?
Yeah, like, yeah, and, like, I just felt it, like, trickling down my face. Like, God, it hurts now thinking about it.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, it stung a little bit, but I didn't feel concussed at all. I didn't know. I didn't.
That's good that you weren't, like, dizzy and like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would have been really rough. But so I walked downstairs to the bathroom. People are looking at me at this point. They're just like, "What the fuck?"
Screaming.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh my God!" Like, this kid just fucking murdered someone. Probably. Like, it looked so bad, and I got in. It looked like a horror movie, dude. I did not recognize myself at all.
Jesus.
It was so bad, Colin. And I cleaned myself up a little bit, and, like, I was supposed to meet someone for lunch, and I'm walking out, and I'm like, hey, like, I called him in the bathroom, and I was like, hey, look, like, I'm really, like, I walked into a door, and
I'm bleeding, man.
I'm bleeding really bad. Like, I need your help. Like, can you come? And, like, so they walked me out, and I'm like, God, I can't even remember what I fucking said. I was like, "Do you think I'm gonna need stitches?" And the kid was like, fuck yeah, yeah, you are, yeah,
Yes.
definitely." So I I get to the office. I just basically go and sit there and talk to my mom on the phone, and I was like, "Hey, come and pick me up. We need to go to Capital Regional real quick." So we went, paid $15. They glued me back up, and then I chilled and got Chick-fil-A, and it was a great day. It ended up being a great day.
Oh,
And-
that is. I'm glad you didn't have a horrific experience.
Yeah.
With, like, tons of pain. More just like, oh fuck, I'm bleeding.
Yeah, it never hurt more than a sting, except when they were gluing it, because the glue really stings.
I can
But-
imagine that.
Yeah, it was just mostly just intense stinging, and then it was done. And they gave me the choice between actual, like, it was actually the father of one of my classmates, actually, who stitched me up. I don't know if I should mention that, his name or not, but, you know, whatever. I don't know if it's, like, a thing legally.
So you got some glue in you.
Yeah, I got some glue in me.
That story you told me is like the most like millennial shit I've ever
Isn't
heard.
it? No, it's so bad, and I am so
I was
embarrassed.
paying attention. It is kind of yeah, it's not very cool, like you
No,
said. It's
no,
not
not
a
a
cool
very
way.
cool experience at
a
all.
scar story. Oh, I was too busy, distracted by my phone.
Yeah. Oh god, it's so bad. I really hate telling that story like in a non-comedic way, so you kind of have to tell it like it's funny.
Oh yeah, if you told a story, yeah, I was trying to get this cool Snapchat story, just plowed myself into a door.
Yeah, I actually lied to people for a while, and I told them that I was opening up the door, like I was looking to open up the door, and someone opened it up like super, like was running out of the building and hit me with it in the face.
You
And-
fucking liar.
Yeah, I was a liar. I was full of shit. But yeah,
Yeah,
how can I
lie,
explain
lie.
that to people? I lie a lot? Is that what you just said?
No, a white lie.
Oh yeah,
A
okay.
little white lie. No.
I thought you said you lie a lot. I was like, fuck. No, I don't. I'm not that bad a guy. Jeez.
I don't really lie that much
Me neither.
either.
Me neither.
You can always tell when someone is.
Absolutely, yeah. It's very on the nose. I mean, you can't always tell. Some people are very good liars, and some people are pieces of shit. There you go.
I'm sorry if I keep like blowing my nose or doing that. It's just like fuck.
It adds to the atmosphere of the pod. Jesus Christ!
There we go.
I'm very glad you backed away from the mic when you did that, because that was intense. That was intense. Oh God.
So Jacob, I have something in my jacket that I want to show you.
Yeah. Okay. You wanna? What do you want to do with that thing in your jacket there?
I got it right before coming over here because you live right by a Target, and it's a Target exclusive. This isn't a gift for you either.
No, it's not.
All right, I wanna-
You bought this for you.
Yeah.
And you want to open it in front of me.
Yeah, I just want to show it to you because you're gonna laugh your ass off at what it is.
All right. Oh my fucking God.
Tell everyone what this is.
Okay, this is the Stranger Things VHS. Oh my God, I can't believe that this is actually a thing.
It's not actually a VHS.
Yeah.
It's just the first season on Blu-ray.
It says VHS Hi-Fi.
Yeah, it's in a. That's
crazy.
just the look of the case.
That's cool. That's really neat. That's very cool. That's Jesus. That's amazing. Actually, that's an amazing like kind of collector's thing.
Yeah,
I guess.
it was only available at Target, and I was under the notion that it was going to be like a super limited, hard to find Target exclusive.
Yeah.
But I went in there; they had like 30 of them.
I like how on the back it says a love letter to the '80s classics that captivated a generation.
Yeah,
Basically,
Yeah.
basically it and E.T.
but
You can-
it's kind of funny because like when I saw how many copies there were, because I was expecting this, because even right there it says only at Target,
Yeah.
and I was like, and then when I got it, I was like, no one's gonna fucking buy this
I
if
mean,
they can just
no one
watch
is.
it on Netflix.
Yeah.
So it really is just like a collector's thing. I mean, it wasn't that expensive, but I'm nearly out of money, but that does not mean that I will not spend $25 to fill a little void in my heart.
Did you really, really want to fill this void in your heart? Were you like really like wanting this?
No,
Fair enough.
no, I just thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a cool addition to your Blu-ray collection. Yeah, it's neat.
And it's funny because on the back it says Netflix official merchandise.
Oh, that is funny. Let me see that. That's
And it's
great.
like, I guess there really isn't that much Netflix merch, is there?
No, there really isn't, I guess. That's funny.
I wish I had some of the old DVD mail cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are always fun. All right, I'm going to open this up now,
Yeah.
even though you can't see it. I didn't even know this was a thing until today.
What, like Netflix physical releases?
Yeah, and like, well, no, I know they do it for Orange is the New Black, but no, for Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't heard anything about that.
Yeah, and I thought it was cool that comes in a VHS style case.
That is cool. I like that it says VHS on the side.
Yeah. You know, it gives me that 80s nostalgia. You know, man, the 80s was a time to be alive, Jacob.
Yeah.
That, you know, kids were on bikes, you had your Ataris and 8-track tapes.
Yeah.
Your cassettes.
Oh my god.
Your Nintendos, your Reagans. It was just a time to be alive, Jacob.
It was.
Even though I wasn't alive during the 80s.
Oh, me personally, I wasn't alive either. Yeah, I know. I wasn't
But
alive either.
me and Jacob are very nostalgic for the 80s.
We are.
A time period where we were basically fucking cum.
Jesus Christ.
Look at this, Jacob. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Let me hold that.
You take it out of the case, it's a nice box.
That is very quality.
Yeah, it is.
Very
It is a
cool.
very quality product.
Yeah. Please be kind and rewind. That's cool.
Yeah, that is
that's
funny.
great. Yeah, that's neat.
I'll probably watch it when I get home tonight. Just to, you know.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I did just buy it. Here, let me see it.
Yeah. Try to open that. I don't know how to do this.
I don't want you to break it.
I'm not gonna break it.
Is it like a puzzle box?
I guess so. You have to turn it all the way counterclockwise once and then back up a quarter turn.
Like, how do you open this? I feel this. Oh, okay.
Jesus.
There we go.
Oh, okay, I get it now. All right, it's
So,
magnetic there. I see. Makes sense.
You open it. There's a postage note that says "Friends don't lie." That's referring to, I believe, L, but it comes with a poster.
That is cool. Let me see the poster. Let's
open
unbox the poster.
Yeah. And for all of you listening, just Google it, so you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, this is neat. Wow. Very quality. Personally, I don't like it when they fold up posters like this because I feel like, paper remembers things.
Oh, yeah,
I actually
because then
don't
it's
like
just
this
a bunch
poster.
of squares. Let me see it. I saw a little bit on the box, and I remember it not looking that cool either.
Yeah, it's kind of lame. I mean, it's the face of the faceless monster with Stranger Things written in.
It looks like a metalcore band shirt that you buy at like Hot Topic.
Yeah, it really does. It does. I don't know. That's a little too close for me. Like, it's a little too close to the monster because you can't really make out what it is.
Yeah, it looks like a deathcore shirt.
Yeah, it's gross. I don't know.
It's okay. I'm not gonna hang it up. I'm just gonna keep it.
Why would they not give like the theatrical? Not the theatrical poster. Maybe it was, but the poster it's painted.
Yeah, like basically like this or
Yeah.
what they showed on Netflix, something similar to that.
Yeah.
The Spielbergy Drew Struzan-esque poster.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that would have been a great poster, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I guess she bought it, so I'm not really.
I'm not gonna put it up. I'm just gonna keep it in here.
Yeah, for sure. It's a cool little set to have.
Yeah, you
maybe
have
down the road.
Yeah, you have the 2 Blu-rays, then you just pull this out, and then you have the DVDs.
Cool.
Do you want the DVDs, Jacob?
I'm fine, thank
Okay.
you.
I guess it would make the set incomplete, but I like giving the DVDs to people.
Yeah. You should just give me all of the DVDs from your Blue collection so that I can, basically, you can have your Blu-ray collection, and then I can have Collin's Blu-ray DVD collection.
I mean, if you really want,
I'm fine.
I've done it before.
No, that's fine.
So yeah, go to your Target and pick up this nice edition of Stranger Things. It's really cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Comes in a nice box and
I like it. Wow, that was a nice little sound there. Ooh, crisp.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Here, let me. Does
Yeah.
it have
Hold
fake?
it.
Does it have fake? Oh yeah, it's fake frayed and stuff, like an old VHS box.
God, I miss the 80s, Jacob.
Me too. I miss them too. I'm sad I missed it. I totally whiffed on it. That's fine though. Speaking of VHS, did you know they released like a special edition of Deadpool on VHS?
Yes, it was a Comic-Con exclusive.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna look up how much it is. It's probably pretty expensive.
Probably, for Deadpool being a pretty good film.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being like that much money, because it's kind of like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's see. When I first found about the Stranger Things online, I thought it was an actual like VHS they were selling at Target.
That's pretty cool.
And I was like, well, what episodes?
That would have been so neat
Yeah.
to do, but whatever, you can't do everything like that. I literally thought it was a real VHS, because I saw the logo on the side. I was like, holy shit, really? Like, wow.
Got you.
Oh boy, those are expensive.
Oh yeah. One goes for basically $900. Another one, you get this one's a better value because you get some cool Funko Pops with it.
Oh yeah.
So if you want that Deadpool VHS, if you just got like $900 lying around.
Yeah, and you're a huge fan of Deadpool.
There is a Clint Eastwood movie. Actually, it's a Dirty Harry movie called The Deadpool from 1990. You can buy that on VHS for about $10. So that's a good substitute.
Yeah,
that's a good replacement.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been a cool Comic-Con to be at to get that.
Oh, yeah.
Then I wouldn't have cared to really keep it, so I would have just sold it. I would have made $1,000.
Damn, that would be cool to have.
Yeah,
it would be cool to have two. One to sell, one to keep.
You're right.
Actually, three. One to actually use in a VHS player.
That's true. One for total decoration and novelty.
Collectors, and then one to flip.
Yep. Like a house. Flip it like a house.
Me and Jacob are in fact sellouts.
We are.
We're trying to become corporate shills.
We are.
So, is there any movie news to bring up today?
Well, there actually is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're like my main like breaking news source.
Yeah.
Because I saw your Snapchat and you told me the official name. Is this where you were gonna go with?
Yeah.
Of the young Han Solo standalone film.
Yep. Thus far, it has been titled The Untitled Han Solo Movie.
Yeah.
And, well, Mr. Ron Howard himself released a video on the Twitter. You're familiar with the Twitter, right?
Yeah, Tweeter.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
But he released a video and was like, "Hey, we've wrapped filming on this again. Because remember when we wrapped filming the first time and then they fired the directors?
Yeah, and they reshot like 110% of the film.
Yep. Pretty much. Well, we've finished it again, and he was like, can we just get the title of the movie, please? And then he released it, and it surprised nobody. I'm pretty sure you predicted the title of this movie. If not, if you didn't, I did.
There's only 3 possible options of what this movie could be called. Either Han Solo, Han, or just Solo.
And it turns out that it's just Solo.
Yeah.
A Star Wars story.
I guess it's representing that it's just a solo movie, It stands on its own.
Yeah.
It's a one and done.
Yeah. God.
Do you like the title?
It's okay. It's alright. It appears that they're going to stick with this, a Star Wars story thing for their anthology.
Yeah, remember when they were just calling them anthology?
Yeah, like Untitled and like Star Wars Anthology series.
Yeah.
Even though is that even like an anthology? Because it's in the same universe. An anthology is completely unrelated, right? Or is anthology
they're just stories?
Okay, they're
basically
just standalone stories. I guess.
Well, actually, a real anthology would be several stories in one like package.
Yeah.
Like
Black Mirror.
Yes, like Black Mirror, The Twilight Zone, or the Creep Show movies.
Yeah.
So I guess calling them anthology wouldn't be right.
Yeah, it wouldn't. But then again, they don't call them anthologies.
No.
They just call them Star Wars stories at this point.
Yeah, like bedtime stories.
Yeah.
Story time for little children.
Yeah, because Rogue One is a very child-friendly movie.
Yes.
All of the characters died. All of them. Every one of them did. What a shit movie.
I mean, what else could they really call this movie?
Nothing. I mean, we suggested the Kessel Run, but like I suggested that and I was like, that's just to be different. Like that would make the story about the Kessel Run, and it's not really about the Kessel Run. It's about Han Solo and his journey.
How Han Solo met Chewbacca, or calling it Han Solo meets Chewbacca, kind of like Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
I mean, I guess.
Han Solo meets Chewbacca.
Yeah. You know what? That would have been fine. Add the Star Wars story bit on the end of it, though. I think that, you know what? It's a fine title. Is the movie going to be good? It'll probably be okay.
Yeah.
Just like Rogue One.
Yeah, same.
But, you know, it appears that they did pretty much reshoot the whole thing. And Ron Howard's a good director. So, I have faith in this film. I guess. You know? Why not? Why wouldn't I guess? Why wouldn't I have faith in this film? You know? Why not? Oh, boy.
Scribble out their faces.
Yep. He's looking at the cast photo, and
the
Phil
old
Lord
one.
and Chris Miller are in it. That's funny.
Yeah.
God, if anybody's unfamiliar, Han Solo, the movie, they fired their directors like after principal photography was done, and then they hired Ron Howard to finish the shoot, and he basically just reshot the whole film.
Yeah.
It was brilliant move. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be an okay film. I guess.
Kenobi, a Star Wars story.
Oh, it's a Drake meme. I see that.
Mm-hmm.
I see that Drake meme. Have you heard that Netflix is planning to release over 80 original films in 2018?
Yeah, I heard about that today. 80 movies?
Yeah, 80 films is a lot.
Are these just movies that they're like purchasing and slapping Netflix on them?
No, I think they're original. Well, you mean like purchasing them from the producer and then going, all right, this is a Netflix original.
Yeah.
They could be. I think they're funding a good bit of them, though.
Yeah.
Which,
they probably
fine.
are.
Yeah.
So we're getting 80 movies, and I'm going to guess that most of them are going to be terrible.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I haven't seen a Netflix quote-unquote movie. I've seen their shows.
You haven't watched the original, you haven't watched the Netflix Death Note, have you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did watch
that's a
that,
Netflix
actually.
original.
Yeah, see, I forgot.
Yeah, and it's terrible.
Yeah, it was.
It's awful.
I didn't, like, sit down and watch it. I kind of just, like, had it on in the background.
Yeah. Kind of like this podcast for a lot of these people. We see you. You're doing something right now. You're busy. You just want some ambient noise, and you were like, should I go with white noise? Should I go with ocean sounds? Oh, I'll go with the Snyder-Collin Podcast. And here you are.
Put it on and helps you fall asleep.
It does help you fall asleep.
Yeah, Drew.
At the wheel right now?
Yeah.
Are you at the wheel, Drew?
Wake up. Wake up, Drew.
Wake up.
Drew, this is all just a dream.
It is just a
Lots
dream,
of
Drew.
Lots of people are in trouble, Drew.
We know you're thinking.
Everyone needs you right now, Drew. You need
Yes.
to wake up. Wake up.
We need you. We love you, Drew.
The world's in danger.
Oh my God.
You're the only one. Wake up.
Wake up, you pussy. Should we explain to our audience that story about Drew? Well, Drew was on his way to Tallahassee from wherever he lives. Yeah, he was from Irma. He lives in Orlando, and if you want to murder him or something, lives in Orlando.
Yeah,
but
somewhere near Aloma.
Yeah,
Cimarron area. Just stalk those streets. He works at Dragonfly.
Oh my God. Yeah, we'll leave that in. I don't give a fuck.
And he goes to UCF.
Oh, jeez. We won't get his last name, though.
Dietzen.
Oh, my God.
He has a podcast, okay?
That's true. He does have a podcast. Anyway. Fuck. We're gonna get Drew killed. So, Drew was on his way from Orlando to Tallahassee. He was going to his parents' house because Hurricane Irma was wiping out everybody. It was killing so many innocent civilians, and he just had to leave. So he left. He comes home, and he's listening to podcasts on his way home, and traffic's at a standstill.
Yeah.
So many people are leaving.
Yeah.
And we talked about him and referenced him directly. And he was kind of drowsy and stuff at the wheel, you know. I mean, he's got to drive home no matter what. He doesn't have a choice.
He was probably withdrawing from the lack of drugs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because, you know, Drew is a drug addict.
Yes.
Yes. He's addicted to drugs.
Yeah, so he was probably hallucinating
Yeah.
all the while.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus.
And yeah, we made a direct reference to him, and like he said it like kind of like, I don't know, I guess it like perked him up. He was like, wait, what?
It fucked him up, apparently. Yeah.
Mentally.
Yeah, it really tripped him out. But yeah, so that's why we just went on that rant right there. But you didn't need that context. Anyway.
Drew, we're not fucking around. We need you to wake up.
Wake up, Drew.
Anyways, Star Wars.
Do we have to talk about it?
No.
Okay, let's not. I don't want to talk about Star Wars.
I don't want to talk about the Black Panther trailer.
I thought it looked good.
Yeah.
I think it looks cool. The blue vibranium suit, it looks better in live action than I thought it would. I thought it would look just awful, and it looks fine. Looks okay.
I have a theory about Marvel.
Give me it. Give it to me.
I'm getting kind of sick. Not of the movies necessarily.
Sorry about that sound, by the way. That was my bad.
That's fine.
Yeah. Anyway.
Like, the movies are, they're pretty fine. They've kind of gotten it down to where they make quote-unquote quality movies.
Sure.
But a lot of their movies are just kind of vapid.
You mean like dry without substance, just formulaic?
Formulaic, no real substance.
I would agree with that.
A lot of it's starting to turn into camp, which is what I've been hearing about Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, because but that's just sort of Taika Waititi's style, though. That's sort of what he does.
Fair. But even stuff like Guardians is pretty campy.
Yeah, it is. I think that's still just a quality of that's a characteristic of the director. Because I think that the directors that are probably going to have the most impact on these films, like creatively and independently, because Scott Derrickson really didn't have very much say in Doctor Strange. I feel like Kevin Feige directed that film, and maybe
his notes directed it.
Yeah, maybe that last act was directed by Scott Derrickson, the part where he gets in the time loop. But that's the most interesting part of the film, is when he gets in the time loop, and it's like, wait, what's going on? That was a cool moment. I liked that. That was my favorite part of the movie. And I wish we could have had more stuff like that, but we didn't. It was very by the numbers. It was Iron Man, basically, with magic. But I think that James Gunn, Taika Waititi, and Ryan Coogler are going to have the most impact that any director has ever had on the MCU, other than Jon Favreau, but who cares? I think that Jon Favreau just works well with Kevin Feige, and like that's why it works. Because, well, Iron Man 2 is okay. Iron Man 1's great.
Yeah.
But also that was at a time where I don't think Kevin Feige was directing things.
I don't think he was head runner.
No. That's a very Favreau movie.
He was giving head.
To runners.
Yeah,
to like cross-country men, yeah.
That was lame.
That was a lame joke.
Was
lame. Yeah, that was fine.
Anyways, I don't know, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, all the trailers are kind of the same.
I would agree with that, but I wouldn't put that on, I would just put that on the trailer team. I don't, because like, there's a team of people that do that. They have a formula down. Ever since the Age of Ultron trailer came out, and I was like, that looks cool, but kind of, I don't know. I feel like I watched the Age of Ultron trailer, and I was like, I don't think this is going to be that dark. And it wasn't. It conveys it as a very dark film, and it wasn't a dark film at all. There were very little aspects of that movie that were all serious.
That was a more innocent time where I still had faith in studios and
fair enough
pop culture.
Yeah. I mean,
Age of Ultron was such an unnecessary movie.
That really was. It really had no tie-in to the regular Avengers story either.
It set up Civil War.
With one scene.
Yeah.
Where they're chopping wood.
Not only that scene, but just the whole, like... Well, I guess you could say all the movies did, because they're just like, you're fucking stuff up.
Yeah, I could say
Scandinavia or something.
Sokovia.
Sokovia or
something.
That
fictional Russian city.
Yeah, they referenced that.
Yeah, because it's called the Sokovia Accords or whatever.
Yeah.
The Superhero Registration Act from the Civil War comic. I would have liked them to call it that. The Superhero Registration Act. That totally would have been a thing they would do. That totally fits in with the MCU. You know? Just calling it, hey, the superheroes have to register with the government now, instead of the Sokovia Accords.
Or the Avengers Act.
The Avengers Registration Act. Yeah, that would have been fine.
Basically what I'm trying to say here is that I feel like these Marvel movies are just, like, going nowhere.
I would agree with that.
Because they're going to keep going, and I've boiled it down to, like, what is it all leading up to? Obviously, it's Thanos.
Yeah.
But, he's going to be defeated in one way or another. Maybe not killed.
Yeah.
But maybe he will stop being evil once he gets his gauntlet taken away. But I've boiled it down to two options, is that it's all going to build up to maybe Tony Stark sacrificing himself to defeat Thanos.
Yeah.
Or Captain America.
I would say both of them. Both of
Yeah.
them are going to eat it. They're going to bite it at the end. They both die to save the world.
Fucking die.
Yeah.
But then once that happens, it's
I don't know. Yeah. I don't like that they're already going like, oh, well, Phase 4 is going to go super cosmic, and we're going to do this and this. I don't like that they're doing that. It gives no weight to what's happening now. It's like...
Is it going to be a bunch of Guardians of the Galaxies and Thor Ragnaroks?
Pretty much.
Like space comedies?
Yeah, there's the news now that Guardians 3 is going to kick off the Phase 4 of the universe, and I don't care. I don't need Guardians. I only need Guardians 3, even, really. I don't need it.
No, I don't think I need Guardians 3 either.
I don't know. It's unnecessary. Doesn't need to be told. A story I don't want.
See, it's like a never-ending story, because it's just going to keep going and going, and basically their movies are just advertisements for the next movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
And, I don't know, I'm just kind of getting tired of looking at all of it,
Yeah.
I'm pointing around it.
Yeah, it's like they keep on giving you mediocre movies and then are going like, oh, but this is coming next, and you're like, well, that could be great.
And then you get one that's like, oh, this one's better than that one. Oh, I didn't like this one as much as the other one.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just not that interesting anymore. And
yeah, it's getting old. It was cool at first. Imagine a comic fan, or no, even when I first saw Iron Man in theaters, I knew to stay after the credits. That had already been spoiled. Well, not spoiled, but that was spreading. And it was Nick Fury, and he was like, we need to talk about the Avengers Initiative.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why, but I knew exactly what that meant. I was like, oh shit. That was exciting.
Yeah, it was really exciting. And the Avengers 1, Phase 1's great.
Do you think they could have just ended it right there?
After the first Avengers?
Yeah, I was like, oh, yep, we did it.
They could have.
In theory, maybe not. It would have been hard to execute that, because I guess people would assume, oh, aren't there going to be more of them? But in a way, it feels like there's just no endings. It's not, going to have a definitive end. And because of that, it's well, then what's the point? What story, is being told?
Yeah.
Unless they keep doing, well, they are going to keep doing the standalone movies where it's oh, Ant-Man's kind of like a heist movie. Guardians of the Galaxy is a space opera. Thor Ragnarok is a fantasy comedy.
Yeah.
And they keep
they all have their twists and their different tones.
I don't want to say gimmicks, but they're different hooks and catches.
I would say gimmicks.
Different genre. Doctor Strange was supposed to be the trippy movie.
Yeah,
that's really what they based it off of, in the trailers, Inception-y, all mind-blowing visuals.
Yeah, but that was very Jack Kirby-ish, Steve Ditko-ish, all that art. Yeah, yeah, it was very reminiscent of the classic. I don't think Steve Ditko ever drew for Doctor Strange. I may have just been pulling that out of my ass, but Jack Kirby definitely. Just those visuals.
Jack Kirby basically created all of them, right, with Stan Winston. Except for Deadpool, because Deadpool's been around for 20 years.
Jack Kirby created a lot of them, but I think Stan Lee created a lot of them too.
Weren't they they were a team?
Yeah, pretty
basically.
Much. Yeah, pretty much.
What was just the worst thing in
What?
Doctor Strange? The Beyonce scene.
Oh yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah, with Benedict Wong.
Yeah, listening to Beyonce.
Yeah,
and
that was really shoehorned in there.
For, that's just bad, pandering, terrible jokes.
Yeah, that was awful. I did not have a good time watching that. That wasn't good. I don't know. I think that having an ending, a definitive ending, adds weight to it.
Yeah, it does, because then it's wow, a complete story. It's done. It's complete.
Yeah, and I think these movies they're good movies. Like they're entertainment. They're not bad. By any means they're not bad. The worst one is Iron Man 2, and I think Iron Man 2 is better than with the exception of Wonder Woman, probably any DCEU movie that exists.
Yeah, I mean they're not like it's not like Transformers or it's just like wow, this is insulting.
No.
Once that starts happening, which it will, there has to be some
with Feige in charge, I would say it's not going to happen. Because I think he's good.
Spielberg. Spielberg said that superhero movies will go the way of the Western.
Everything does, though.
Yeah. It's just interesting. I wonder when it's going to, like, happen, when there's, where it's going to get that bad.
Yeah.
Like, not even, like, Batman v Superman bad, because it's not like that movie killed comic books.
No.
Or comic book movies.
Some people would say, some people would have you believe that it does kill comic book movies. I can't fucking talk today.
I will, however, give praise to a movie studio for a movie that I haven't even seen.
Sure.
And that's Logan.
It
doesn't, that's like the end of that interpretation of Wolverine, correct?
Yeah.
Without saying any details.
Yeah.
But it is like...
You haven't seen Logan still?
No, I think I might. I think I'm just going to be like, fuck it. I'm not going to watch any of the other X-Men movies. Like, I don't think I really need to. Like, I get it. He's been around for a while.
Yeah.
But I believe I know how it ends. And it is, like, an ending. And, like, they're like, okay, let's just make this one last... Let's put, some good quality into it. Because from what I understand, Logan's, like, what? Like, one of the better movies of the year?
Logan's a great movie. I really loved it.
But am I correct on that?
It's a definitive ending?
Yeah,
absolutely. There is no room for a sequel at all.
See, that's cool.
It is cool.
And I'm glad they did that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like a definitive ending. It adds a lot of weight to it. It also helps that James Mangold is a very talented director.
What else has he done besides Wolverine?
I don't know. He's just talented.
I guess he was excited. He was like, cool, like we don't have to be I'm not going to say watered down, but I feel like with an R rating, you have more creative freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
don't have to worry about, like, language.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, I don't know what else James Mangold has done. But it's apparent that he's a very talented director from Logan. Just because I really enjoyed that film. It's not the best film of the year. It's not even the best film in its genre, probably. But because, when a good comic book movie comes out, everybody's like, oh, it's better than The Dark Knight. And that's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, because The Dark Knight's a great movie and all. Like, it is a great movie, But, like, I'm kind of tired of hearing about The Dark Knight. I would just like everything to stand on its own. Don't compare it to that anymore. It's
The Dark Knight.
Nolan's dark masterpiece. No, just kidding. That's Rises. Just kidding.
So, basically what I'm trying to say here is that, I'm going to call it right now. The MCU it's going nowhere. Because it's just going to keep going. Yeah. And maybe the pinnacle of everything we've seen is like Iron Man dying and the world's saved because of his sacrifice. And everyone's like, wow.
Yeah.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, there's just, I don't know. I would say that after Infinity War Part 2, I'd say give it a rest for like 5 years. Just don't make another movie, but it won't happen. I know it won't happen.
Because that's when they're going to start doing the cosmic stuff, and they're like, oh, now we can do all these new properties.
Yeah, and they can, do these, they've taken B-list characters and made them A-list. Now they're going to take D-list characters and make them B-list, and like, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see comic properties that I really like be shown on live action. I really am excited for that. I'm not excited for the fact that it all feels so weightless and like it doesn't. There are no consequences to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody dies. We already know that the Guardians are going to live through Infinity War because James Gunn has said that Guardians 3 takes place after...
We know more movies are coming.
Yeah, he said it takes place after Infinity War, and it's the last Guardians movie with the main Guardians crew. So all of them make it out, And
so basically we're getting like 4 Guardian movies.
Basically, yeah. And like we know Spider-Man lives in Infinity War. Because we know Black Panther lives in Infinity War because why would they kill him right after his first movie? They're going to make a sequel.
Yeah.
Like it's all so weightless and like
That's why I think it's just coming down to just either Iron Man or Captain America. That's kind of what they're like, not banking on. I know that's kind of weird, but like, oh, we're banking on one of them dying. But I feel like that's gonna be like the big like emotional part where people are like, wow, what a great movie.
Yeah.
Because someone died.
Yeah, finally
Oh,
someone died.
Quicksilver died. That was gut-wrenching.
Yeah, that character we've
That
grown to love
fucked me
over an entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. That character that we've loved for 45 minutes, not even really. We didn't love him. We just kind of were like, yeah, he's probably an alright guy.
It fucked my soul.
Oh, did it? God,
Yeah.
That was very... Shit like that. It's just weightless, man. Like,
Yeah.
there is no emotional weight to that.
It's pissing me off.
Yeah, it's making me angry. Yeah, I don't know.
Now I'm starting to get Snyder riled up.
Yeah. Let's just fucking burn Marvel to the ground. Yeah, I don't know. I am also tired of this stuff, but I will hold out hope for Black Panther and Ragnarok, because if those are really good, like if those are great and I'm like, you know what, that's not Citizen Kane, but it's pretty okay. Like I had a fun time and it was unique and different and it stands alone on its own.
Maybe it will perhaps have some cool visuals. Their movies do look good, you know.
They do look good.
Lesser team would, you know, they look cheap or something. Which the Marvel movies, they never look cheap.
No, they don't look cheap. I think that sometimes they could be a little bit more colorful, but that's fine. But Thor Ragnarok, the Guardians films, Guardians was shot on a different camera though. I
think most of them have been. Some of them, like sometimes the aspect ratios change. Yeah. I don't know why, but the cinematography for both of the Avengers movies, I don't know if it's a Joss Whedon thing, but those movies look like TV shows. Like the camera quality. Don't you see what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're very like gray and like they're
very clean looking.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything that would be shot on film. That they look like TV shows. I don't know if it's a Whedon thing.
I would agree with that. That's why I'm kind of excited for the Russo brothers to kind of take over.
Yeah.
Because I think that Civil War is a very good looking movie.
Yeah.
Even though it could be more colorful, but I think that they're sort of addressing that issue.
A bit more yellows and reds.
Well,
blues.
there's a video on YouTube critiquing the color.
Well, you're not like saying like, oh, I need color, but it's noticeable that they're trying to not use colors.
Yeah, they're
unlike Thor Ragnarok or Guardians 2.
Yeah. Well, there's this video on YouTube. I'll show it. I'll probably show it to you after the show. It's about the color grading that Marvel does, and this guy takes a like a scene from Civil War or something and puts it into After Effects and hovers his color, like his selector or whatever, over the black, like the black in the scene. It's supposed to be the darkest color in the scene, and it's a dark gray. It registers as a gray, meaning like they could just saturate it a little bit more, make it make the blacks black in the just in the color grading, and it'll deepen the visual. Like it vastly improves it. It looks better, and like the whole thing just kind of looks like concrete.
I've heard that ultra 4K movies that you buy. I hear those movies they make like shadows and like black look like amazing.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, so I guess that would be an example of where you want the color grading to look better than just like gray.
True.
I think I can register what you mean by gray, like a contrast.
Yeah.
When like you have like a black picture and you brighten up the contrast, it kind of looks gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the Dolby Cinema thing.
Yeah.
Like the beginning, it's like, oh, this was black in this cinema. Now this is black, and obviously that's an effect. But because as soon as the movie starts, it gets light gray again.
Yeah.
Because fuck. But like, it's meant to be like really like the blacks need to be black because it shows. I sound like I'm talking about race. The blacks
keep
in a
those
color
blacks
grading
black.
Yeah.
Hashtag
get them. Stay black. Oh my god.
Hashtag stay black.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the
man.
next, like, Black Lives Matter?
It might. I mean, it promotes equality, I suppose. I don't know. Stay black. Why would you not? You know?
I just thought of something really stupid.
Say it
It's
if
like,
you want.
no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, you shouldn't say
It's
it.
like a concept, like a dystopian future where everyone's one color.
Well, that's kind of not that far off. Because, like, in theory,
One
with
like
four
generic like beige color.
Oh my god. Well, in theory, because, you know, in 4 more generations, if this trend of, you know, interracial marriages, which is
Yeah.
that's a great thing, you know, like there's nothing against that at all.
No.
In fact, I am in an interracial relationship.
You are.
Yeah, sort of. But if this keeps occurring, like, over, like, the next 4 or 5 generations, eventually, like, humans will start looking very similar to each other, and eventually we will all be sort of like mixed,
Yeah, like a orangey color.
like a beigeish color, like you said, which is, you know, that's cool, that's fine, that's cool.
We'll be hairless.
Then they'll look back and be like, oh, why were we all so racist? We all look different then, and, like, that would have been cool.
What?
Would be cool to look different, and then we'll all be like, oh man, we were fucking racist as hell because we're terrible naturally. That's if we survive this incoming nuclear war that we're about to get into.
Yeah.
I really hope we don't do that. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about politics, but I hope we don't get into a nuclear war. I think that's not a political statement. I think that's just a thing.
That's just like a common
Yeah.
common thing that people think and say.
Yeah, they don't want to, you know, we don't want to die. I don't want to.
That's why we distract ourselves with nerd culture.
It's true. Ugh. Pop culture, if you will.
Yeah. Isn't it great?
Ugh. Very cool. Man, oh man. But yeah, I don't know. Basically, Marvel is getting old for me, but that's fine. That's, you know what, that is what it is. If it gets old for you, just stop watching them. It's not like they have to not exist anymore. Just don't watch them anymore if you're tired of it.
Yeah, but we got to keep up on all the latest pop culture.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. We have to buy all the Funko Pops.
I just noticed that this is on the Stranger Things box. This is a magnet.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mentioned that on air,
Oh.
actually.
Oh.
Yeah, don't you feel a little silly there?
Yeah, I guess I just wasn't paying attention.
That's okay.
I was probably thinking about like
Pop culture.
cheeseburgers,
Thinking about The Last
beers,
Jedi.
and boobs.
Yeah,
That's what men think about.
you're right, it is. Cheeseburgers, beers, and boobs. Those classic tropes of being a man. Yeah.
Manly man.
Men. But, would you say that it's a fair prediction, because I'm going to make a prediction here, that the Marvel Cinematic Universe doesn't come to a definitive end? It crashes and burns in the middle. But, like, I would say that, like, something like Spider-Man Homecoming 6 is going to come out, and people are going to be like, fuck this, I'm done. And then it flops, and they're like, we can't make any more movies because we're going to go bankrupt.
So, all right, I think...
You know what I mean? It's
What
not
you're
going to end on
saying-
Avengers 20. It's going to end in the middle somewhere.
What you're saying is that somewhere in one of these movies, they're going to jump the shark. And so, like, something's going to happen. People are going to, like, not buy that. They're going to be like, wow, that was stupid.
No, I'm going to
It's
say
like
that...
the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull type, like, dumbness.
I wouldn't say that, because even then, people are still going to see Indiana Jones 5. People will see that film. But
I
would
will see it.
Yeah, we'll see it. We have to be caught up on all
Yeah,
pop
we
culture.
have to deliver the reviews.
Yeah, we do. No, I would say that, like, eventually these movies will go the way of the Western, and they will just sort of fade out, and the fade isn't going to happen, like, the official, it's done, isn't going to happen on a definitive Avengers film to wrap everything up. It's going to happen in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
At Doctor Strange 17, when he fights Dormammu for the 20th time, and people are like, I don't want to pay to see this anymore,
Yeah,
so
public.
they just don't.
I'm wondering when that's going to happen too. When public interest starts to wane, it's like, what's going to be the genre movie that did it?
Yeah. I think that, I don't know, I just think that it'll fade out, and eventually these things will start flopping, and once 2 or 3 of them flop, you're done. it's done. That's the end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for 5 years at least. They have to build up demand for another one, and
Or they just like keep doing like television shows or something.
they'll probably stick with the Netflix thing. Netflix
Yeah.
will probably they'll probably go with Netflix or their own streaming service because they're doing that with Disney now. But yeah, do you think that Netflix is nearing a point where they're gonna go, all right, every independent title or other production company that we have your title right now, all of them are getting removed. We're turning into basically like a streaming channel. Like
I
where
could
it's like-
kind of see that. It's like only Netflix things are on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
it's
can't,
basically
you can't
a-
watch like Wayne's World or just some random movie that they have on there.
yeah, and it's basically just
Maybe-
like a TV channel but streaming.
Maybe eventually.
I think that that's the direction they're headed. But I also think that like with Wayne's World and stuff like that, things that get watched a lot on there, I think that they'll be like, all right, you can either sell us the rights to that film and we'll pay you a royalty, or we kick it off completely and it's not streamable anywhere. You can sell it to Hulu, but even then, like, I mean, who knows where Hulu's going to be at the time? Because Hulu's still losing to Netflix, I would assume. Maybe
Yeah.
not by much. I mean, I pay for both, but like,
Same.
you know, Hulu is a significantly lesser streaming service. I mean, it's great for television,
Mm-hmm.
but then again, so is Netflix. Netflix is awesome for television, and it's better for movies. There are some good movies on Hulu, though.
There are a lot of you know what? I kind of like Hulu more than Netflix as of right now.
Yeah, I would say so. There's better shows.
Here.
There's shows in higher demand.
Where's your Roku remote? I'm
No,
gonna.
it's right here.
You know what? I'm just gonna go through Netflix and let's just see all the fucking like garbage
Yeah, let's
that's
see it.
actually on Netflix, because
That's it.
everyone likes to think that Netflix is like, which
Just go with the first one.
Lisa.
Yeah, it's my mom.
Okay. All right, because everyone likes to think that Netflix they have all these quality programs, which they do, but they also have a lot of garbage.
They do.
So
Something that's big in Netflix now is comedy. That's very
like stand up.
yeah, like they do a ton of stand-up specials
Oh,
right there. There's
excuse me.
Patton Oswalt's new one.
All right, so right now we're on the recently added section. You have a Patton. The first four blurbs or content blocks are Netflix exclusives.
Yep.
You have a Patton Oswalt comedy special. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
cool.
Patton Oswalt's a funny guy.
You have a new Adam Sandler film, because they do have a deal with Adam Sandler.
Dustin Hoffman's in that movie, actually.
Oh my god,
Old Dustin Hoffman. Look at him. He looks great, actually.
he looks ancient.
He does, but he looks good. He's got a nice beard,
This
good hair.
This Adam Sandler film was apparently in the Cannes film selection. Also has Ben Stiller in it.
I have heard actually good things about this movie, which is funny.
So this is what, like a comedy drama? It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like
It's not the Ridiculous Six.
It's not Sandy Wexler.
Yeah.
Well, they just said this is from director Noah Baumbach. He did like Squin the Whale. He does a lot of like dramas.
Yeah.
So you have an Adam Sandler movie, but it's not him spreading his butt cheeks in front of the camera
Yeah.
and talking with his anus. So people probably won't like it as much.
No. You know what? Adam Sandler does have range, but I think that creatively he's not. He's not an authority. He's no one you should.
No.
He's no one you should let have too much creative freedom. But, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. And Adam Sandler is just, I don't find him that funny when he's on his own. When someone else talented writes him, I think he's decent.
You get a documentary on Chris Brown. I'm sure this isn't biased at all.
Yeah. I'm sure it, oh boy. God, is that Rihanna?
Yeah.
Remember when he
Yes.
he beat her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty terrible.
The
I'm sure that-
controversial pop sensation opens up about his tumultuous past and the perils of growing up in the spotlight. Wow,
I'm sorry.
that's the most privileged fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
All right, so I'm guessing this documentary, they are going to address his controversy, but they're going to show how he's like trying to like better himself.
Yeah,
You get more like just what is all this stuff? You have Gerald's Game. I've been wanting to watch that.
me too. I do want to watch
Yeah.
that actually. It has Discount Sam Neill in it. I can't remember what that
Discount
guy's name
Sam Neill.
Yeah,
wow, that's great.
is. Isn't it funny?
yeah.
That is very funny, right?
Bruce Greenwood. I hate how when you select something on Netflix, they just start playing it.
Me too. I hate that too. That's a more recent thing that they've done. Oh boy, that's Jason Sudeikis, Sleeping with Other People. That's not a film I want to watch. Black Mirror, been watching that recently. Black Mirror is actually great. You know what? Black Mirror is a good thing. It's awesome. Don't have a problem with Black Mirror. Ultro, I heard also. I mean, not Ultro. Don't know what the fuck that is. I heard the Voltron series is pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard it's solid. I don't know if it's actual anime. What's up?
Where's all the crap? You have this show called Atypical, and it has the Wiener Kid from It Follows.
Yeah.
He's on the spectrum. Is that a new thing for TV shows? Having about like people with autism and
it might be
Asperger's.
You know, well, The Good Doctor.
Yeah, The Good Doctor, and I guess this Atypical one.
Yeah. It's funny that they're coming out similar times.
Yeah.
And that is kind of something to note. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know, it's something to identify and note that these are coming out at similar times. It's kind of funny. The People versus O.J. Simpson. Have you seen that? Have you seen that TV special?
No, I've seen O.J. Made in America.
Yeah,
that was
which
fantastic.
you said was great. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Cube?
This is like isn't there it's like 3 or 4 of these?
Yeah, it's like a big cult movie. I'd have to rewatch it, but I remember I watched it and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I actually thought about watching this the other day, and I didn't. I passed.
You know what? You might like it since you're a huge fan of Event Horizon.
Oh yeah, it's very much like Event Horizon.
Yeah, same like era of filmmaking.
Fair enough.
I wasn't crazy about it, but this movie does have a big cult following.
Okay, it's kind of sort of reminds me of like Saw, like a Saw type movie.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, the vibe that I got. Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
more sci-fi.
It's sci-fi. Okay,
Yeah.
All right. That's well, I mean, it's called Cube. It has to be sci-fi.
Dude, let's watch this show called Zoo.
Oh, let's not.
Is this the one about the animals that take over?
It might have been. Yeah, I think it is.
Based on like that James Patterson book.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. I remember someone was like, "Hey, you should read that." I was like, "That sounds awful," and I'm not going to. Oh, let me adjust in my chair real quick. Oh God.
Where's all the crap on Netflix? Well, like it's not like it's crap, but like
it's just schlock.
Yeah, it's just like is there too much? Is there too much content?
Yeah, I'd say
too many shows to watch, and you have movies from like 100 years.
Yeah,
you have movies and TV. You have like TV shows of like the past like 60 years, and then you have movies from like the past 100 years, and then you throw them all on here, and you know you got shit like Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh God. Man, Tim Allen's in a lot of Christmas movies, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's a thing with him.
You know what? I'm a big fan of the Santa Claus.
Those movies are fun.
Yeah.
The third one is a little weak, but whatever.
The first one. I never saw the third one. I remember the second one being pretty strange because it takes place like 10 years after the first one.
Yeah. And he's like very good at being Santa Claus at this point.
It's like the plot is like, oh, I have to find a wife.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Wow.
It's like they're like, you gotta find a Mrs. Claus. Like that's such like a lazy like water cooler like studio pitch idea.
It really is, and it makes you like it's not like logical.
No, it's not.
Because like it's like this is 10 years after the first. You went this long without needing a Mrs. Claus, and now you're like, we need this. Yeah. I remember they would always pull out this rule book, and they're like, there's the Mrs. Claus, and like it's a clause like in the Constitution, and I was like, oh, wordplay, excellent.
See, they have the theatrical cut of Donnie Darko on here.
Yeah,
no director's cut.
Yeah, isn't the director's cut a little bit more on the nose about the time travel aspects, or like I
think I like the director's cut better.
Fair enough.
I think
what's different about it?
It has more footage. It has like scene transition excerpts and from the Philosophy of Time Travel book.
Yeah.
Basically, like you're like a cool hipster god if you watched the theatrical cut first, and that was the version you fell in love with, and then you're like a dumb mouth breather if you like the director's cut.
I mean, I think it's fair to like both. I don't know.
I mean, it's the same movie. I just think the director's cut is put together a bit better.
Yeah. God, I hate pretentiousness. Really do. Really hate that. in people.
When are you gonna watch Cult of Chucky?
Do I have to? Is Chucky CGI in this movie?
No.
Okay. He just looks very CGI in the posters.
They
Because of my interest in Death Note, apparently this is a thing I need to watch.
we're under the Halloween favorite section of Netflix, and they have Twin Peaks. Yeah, like I don't really think of like Twin Peaks as like a Halloween show, I guess. I mean, yeah, there's definitely horror elements in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see they have this movie Raw. Have you heard of this movie?
No.
It was at a bunch of film festivals, and a bunch of like websites were like running articles about how people were like throwing up and passing out in the movie.
That's weird.
I don't think it's anything that shocking. It's like a girl who eats raw meat.
Oh. It's
a foreign film, Jacob. It's foreign.
Well, it's foreign, so I have to watch it.
Hey, how enticed are you to watch this show called iZombie?
You know, I've seen like one episode of it. It's really not that bad, honestly. Like it's not terrible. I laughed. I was like, that's okay, I guess. It's not something I would tune into every week.
I just think that name iZombie is kind of like outdated.
It is, but it's based on a graphic novel.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why. But they should have renamed it. Absolutely.
Still on Halloween favorites. I guess there's like an anthology movie on here, Tales of Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I might watch that. That could be. I'm sure it's bad, but who knows?
Yeah, that looks not good right now. That does not look good.
Hey, that looks kind of fun.
Yeah, it looks. It's.
Nope,
no.
Never mind.
No. Wow. Thank God for these previews that you didn't ask for. Because,
yeah.
Yeah, if we didn't, we would have maybe watched that, and that would have been awful.
Jacob, if you want to watch Cult of Chucky, you literally have to watch Curse first.
I do? I do to get it?
Yeah, you have to.
Great. Do I have to watch the others to get Curse?
No, but you probably wouldn't, appreciate it as much.
Fair enough.
And I don't see the other Chucky movies on here.
That's fine. You should just look up Chucky, see if they're... You
Child's
gotta go
Play.
all the way up, yeah.
God, I gotta go all the way back up.
I really do hate the layout of Netflix, but I guess there's no other way to do it. Which really sucks. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever, man. Oh, you went all the way down. Wow, that's pretty intuitive.
Yeah, I thought outside of the box.
Yeah, it's pretty intuitive.
No. They have Children of the Corn.
It's a good movie.
I used to...
They have Children of Men?
Probably not.
Oh, damn.
It would probably be up here. But they do have Chicken Little.
Oh, wow. That's actually a movie I enjoyed.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
I don't think I saw that one.
They have Goosebumps in the movie.
They also have the show.
Oh. Well, the show's cool.
They have Sing,
My mom loved that movie, and I didn't have the heart to be like, I don't like that movie.
You didn't have the heart to tell your mother that it's
just
fucking
schlock.
yeah, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah, no, I didn't have it. Didn't have it in me. It's okay.
Fair. Very, very fair.
Why? I don't like. Let me talk about that for a moment. I don't like people that just because they don't like a thing that you like, they feel the need to tell you why it's bad. Like, no, just let someone enjoy it. People can just have fun with things, Like, if they want your opinion, they'll ask.
I mean, I'll say that I didn't like it or that I hated it, but I'm not gonna like tell you that you're wrong for enjoying it.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like people that are like, oh, I didn't like it because of this and this is stupid and that shouldn't have been a thing. I'm like, it's I don't know. You can just not like something. You don't have to explain to me why it's awful, why I shouldn't like it, because I don't want to. I don't want to hear about this. I like enjoying things. Just because you don't want to enjoy something, that's your, you know what? That's on you. That's your decision. That's your opinion. You can have it.
It's like, sure, it sucks and it's terrible and, but
yeah, like
watch
you can
what you like.
Yeah, you can just enjoy something. Go back up to Human Centipede 3. I want to read the synopsis for this film.
Have you seen The Human Centipede?
I've seen the first one.
Yeah, I have too.
Live in this tinderbox of a state prison is already hell, but it's about to get a whole lot worse. Because
what a great description.
Yeah,
but then again, how else? Do you describe butthole to lip stitch?
Yeah. Oh no.
I'm just
that
looking
looks so bad.
I'm just looking through all the horror movies on Netflix. Everyone keeps telling me to watch these VHS movies.
I've seen all of them.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. First one, okay. It's actually okay. I enjoy it. You know, it's a horror movie with decent effects. It's anthology. It's enjoyable. I had a good time. Second one's pretty shit.
Yeah.
But it's also still enjoyable. You know, like you can have a good time with it. VHS Viral, I think, is the third one. Because VHS 2, and then there's VHS Viral.
Yeah, I don't think there is just a VHS 3.
Yeah,
What is this?
VHS Viral, it ends on a really shitty note. Like, it's just like, it's like the culmination of all these things, and like, I guess watching this VHS makes you crazy, and like, that's what's been hinted at the whole time, and it's dumb, and it's stupid, and I don't know. It ends, and it has a definitive ending, and it's like, the world's going crazy, and like, people are in chaos because these VHS videos have gone viral, and they're getting transmitted to everyone, and everyone's going crazy. Everyone's going to lose their mind, and that's it.
Kind of reminds me of The Ring and what they probably did with rings.
Oh, yeah, it kind of is. But like
this movie #horror.
Yeah,
Kill me, Jesus.
Yeah, the ending of VHS Viral it's in the distance. You see like a city, and everything's like burning down, and like there's helicopters crashing, and like it's just apeshit. I'm like, this is not what I wanted to see.
So just watch the first one.
Watch the first one, the second one, and the third one if you want, just to appreciate what a marvel the first one was, how good it was.
I like that response. You're just like, no, watch all of them. If you're
yeah, just
why
watch
not?
all of them.
What else do you have better to do?
If you like the first one, you'll like the second one. If you like the second one, you'll like the third one. I liked all of them, but I just thought they were all dumb. I actually watched part of this second one that you're on right there. I actually watched part of that first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched it with a girl I dated in, like, these movies have been around for a while. The girl I dated in high school. I watched that with her for like 45 minutes, and then we were like, this is too scary. I don't know. I wasn't big into horror movies at the time. Still am not, but you know what? That's fine. Yeah, the second one is a drastic decline in quality, but you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. I feel like they had a higher budget for the second one, and typically a higher budget means, oh, look at that VHS Viral.
Oh, yeah, all three of them are on Netflix.
Yep. Typically a higher budget means there's less creativity. I would say there's less ways to because like low budgets encourage a lot of creative decisions. You know, like you have to find fun ways to get around things you can't do, and a lot of times those are more fun than just doing the things you couldn't do before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I like how Death Note's the very last one. It's like it's like here's the way to end this list.
Yeah, shouldn't that be like at the top?
Yeah. You know what I watched? The Host.
Oh, you watched The Host?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, I love The Host.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's a great movie. I was actually just about to talk to it.
It's
favorite Bong Joon-ho film.
He did Snowpiercer, right?
Yeah.
That's my favorite. But I felt like this is a lot like Okja, but I like this more than Okja because it's environmental.
Yeah,
messages were like more subtle.
It, yeah.
Yeah,
it's more about this family.
Yeah, it was very tastefully done, and Okja was not tastefully done as far as the environmental things went. It was just like very on the nose and like very obvious.
I love how like the CGI in The Host is like it's pretty bad at times.
Yeah,
but other times it's like pretty decent.
Yeah, there are times actually when like it's good, and then there are times when it's not. But it's it's fine. It's fine. I
really like The Host. I'd
Me too.
say it's one of the better monster films of the new millennium.
I would say so too.
Just that opening scene where they're like, I like how they're just like, hey, what's that? They're just like, what is that? And
then it shows it, and like slow-mo falls in the water.
That was a really cool shot.
Yeah.
First time I watched it, which was actually probably around like 2007, because I remember I bought the DVD from Target.
Yeah.
And the first shot where they're like, hey, what's that? And it's like hanging there. I didn't even see it. I was like, what are they looking at?
It's a very and it's like not it's not like camouflage, but it's not like sticking out either. It's not a that's a very unusual shot, and it's kind of cool.
Because then once it showed it like fall in slow motion, I was like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I had to like rewind it and watch that scene again.
Yeah.
And just the whole scene of I love how the monster, it's like the size of like a van.
Yeah.
Where it's not like Godzilla or anything. It's like just big enough to like fuck shit up.
I would say it's the size of like a mobile home. Like a little under the size of a mobile home.
It's bigger than a van for sure.
Although the CGI is when the CGI is spotty, it changes size. It does shift size.
Is its size a bit inconsistent?
It is definitely.
It's like, how big is this?
Yeah, because it looks like it's the size of like a van sometimes, and then it increases to mobile home, and then it's like, oh, it's the size of
pretty damn big.
Yeah, it's the size of like 2 school buses put together, like end to end, and then it's like shrinks back down. It's very it's something else. It's inconsistent, but you know, it doesn't really matter. I can overlook that because the movie really isn't about that monster in particular.
No,
it's about the family.
Not. I like this movie. Just has a lot of things going in it. It kind of reminds me of like Little Miss Sunshine a little bit with the family dysfunction. And no, I hate it when people are like, "Oh, isn't that based off of Stephanie Meyer's book?"
Oh my god, yeah, because both of them are on.
Yeah,
here too. Yeah,
it's like no, the host is a South Korean like sci-fi monster movie dramedy. It's got a lot of things going in it.
Yeah, because you and I were talking about Okja or Bong Joon-ho in general, and I was like,
I never saw Okja.
Like, yeah, I know, but I think we were talking about Bong Joon-ho.
He does do. All his movies have like environmental messages.
They do.
It's funny at the beginning of the host.
They're just like, let's just fucking dump the chemicals.
It's just like, okay, why not?
Yeah, and then the guy's like, should we not do this? And then he's like,
yes, fucking do it.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna do it. And then the guy's like, I guess. And then he starts, it shows him dumping all the shit, and it pans over, and they have so many chemicals.
Endless bottles.
Yeah, and I'm like, there is no way that you could ever store all of those bottles in that small lab. Like, it can't. You can't do it. And then he's like, but this feeds into the Han River.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't fucking care about the Han River.
Let's just dump them down the drain.
Yeah. And then that's it. Like, that's really the only... That's it.
It's the only explanation you get to why this creature exists. And it shows fishermen fishing. They're like, what's that?
Yeah, and then like they pick it up, and it's like, oh my god, it has like 6 fins. And it's like, how could you even see it? It's that small. It has 6. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
They're just like, it's hideous.
Yeah, and then like and it is. It's not like a terrifying looking monster. It's just gross.
Yeah.
It just
the way its mouth kind of flaps open. It's got these like legs.
It's got like random like legs growing out of it. Yeah, it's really gross. It's so stupid.
And then you have the main character, this dad, who I'm looking at right now, and he's literally like the most like schlubby South Korean man you could ever imagine.
He looks like he could be his daughter, his fictional daughter's brother.
Yeah,
big brother. Like
he's just like wearing sweatpants.
His hair is dyed blonde.
He's a huge star too, if I understand correctly.
Really?
Yeah, this movie did gangbusters in South Korea.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah,
I can believe that.
And they work at like some sort of park. I guess it's bigger in South Korea, maybe Japan, or just the East in general.
Yeah,
these like little shops, restaurants, I guess, and they bring it to you out in the park.
Yeah, because they're like working out of like they might be working out of like a small little shack in the film, right? Or is it like an RV? Is it a mobile home? I can't remember.
It's a shack.
Yeah, it's a shack.
It's a shack.
Yeah,
it's like a convenience store. They sell snacks. It starts off with the kids trying to take some of the food, the homeless kid.
Yeah,
pretty smart because he is an integral character later in the movie.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
That's
cool. Some good foreshadowing. Basically, it's about a monster that comes out of the Han River, like a fish monster, and it kidnaps this man's daughter. But the monster also, they believe that it's spreading some sort of viral disease. Yeah. So they have to keep everyone quarantined. If you came in contact with the monster, they're like, oh, we got to do tests on you.
Yeah, I like that. it doesn't. It's not like totally out of the realm of possibility that it could probably make you sick too, because it's like a chemical monster.
Yeah,
like
it's a biohazard.
Yeah, and like I like that they weren't just the government organization didn't even like seem evil. They were just like, we should probably quarantine you guys.
Yeah, like they were being pretty cautious.
Yeah,
like, hey, like we shouldn't fuck around about this.
Yeah.
But just like the scenes of like them like trying to find the monster and like the city's kind of abandoned, like it's a great movie.
It really is. It was a fun watch for me. I was bored. I was like, yeah, I might as well just do this.
It's got the thrills. It's pretty damn funny too at times.
It is. Yeah, it's funny. And like it does hit you in the feels because like, you know, the grandpa's death. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's
Spoiler alert for the host.
No one's gonna watch the host.
No, it's a film that's been out for 11 years.
He like the grandpa gets picked up and he's kind of just like smacked onto the ground.
Yeah,
and, like,
it really was a graphic death, but like also it was pretty anticlimactic.
Mm-hmm.
It just like he just gets his head smacked on the ground and you're like, yeah, he's probably the right? And then the son is obviously in shock. And he's like, no, like you're not dead. Like, come on, like wake up. And we, the audience, are like, we definitely know he's dead, but we could also see how if we were put in this situation, we wouldn't be in denial of this.
It's pretty sad because he's like sobbing and it's raining, but like some like police people or government officials are coming after him, so he just has to like leave his father's body.
Yeah, and then he gets caught.
He does get caught. He puts like a newspaper over his dad's like head.
Yeah. It's a rough scene.
Yeah.
And everybody else runs.
A lot of South Korean movies do that. They kind of go back and forth because the movie Old Boy does this, where it goes back between like horrible graphic violence to like weird comedy to like really like heartbreaking stuff. They like to jump tones a lot.
Yeah, I think that's you know, it's interesting.
Yeah, that's what they do. They're like, we want to make you laugh and disgusted.
Yeah. Hey, I just love a movie where I can laugh and also be disgusted. I just think that's a good time. That's what I look for in film.
That's what the Marvel movies need. They need to be colorful and like, but also make you want to vomit.
I'm glad that you went straight for this pod movie because we're doing a pod right now. What is this about?
Their brother's a war veteran, mentally unstable from the trauma. That's not all there is to it, right? Not even close. I'm guessing it looks like Dreamcatcher from the little picture. A snowy cabin and like an alien. Probably just some sort of pod people film.
Yeah, an hour and 18 minutes long. Jeez, that's not very much time.
No, that's
very short.
It's technically a movie.
Yeah, Man versus? What is that? Raylan Douglas, he says fears something that may be stalking him. I'm not interested.
Yeah, a lot of these, like, you can kind of tell what horror movies on Netflix you probably don't need to watch.
The Damned, is that a sequel to Kendrick Lamar's Damn?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the visual album.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is if you play the album backwards. Interesting. Have you heard that?
Yeah, well, no, at first I thought it was like if you play Damn, like, literally in reverse, where it's just like, I got. Yeah, but apparently it's just playing the track list backwards.
Yeah.
Can you just do that with any real album?
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless it's like a concept album where the songs fade into each other, then I guess you couldn't do that.
Yeah, I think that, like, I don't know, one day I'll listen to it, but I was told by Garen, friend of the show, that the album makes sense if you play it backwards, and I thought the album made sense anyway. Listening to it, I thought it made sense frontwards too.
Nah, fuck you, Jacob.
I guess
it's all about listening to it backwards.
Yep, I'm a fucking idiot. You know, Tremors.
Yeah, I was just gonna go that. Tremors is a great movie.
It is. I haven't seen any of the sequels, but Tremors is a great movie.
I haven't seen them either, but yeah, Tremors is an awesome movie. Did you see that when you were a bit younger, by any chance?
No, I saw that when I was. I can't remember. It's been a couple years, but I was not that young.
It was a good movie to watch when you were like 8 or 9 because you could totally relate to it. Because as a kid, you always play that game where it's like, oh, don't touch the ground.
Yeah, so that is true.
Yeah, the floor is lava, you know. So when you're watching as a kid, you just like totally get it. You're like, oh fuck, you can't touch the ground.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Yeah, me and my mom were talking about Tremors. She really liked it too, and I feel it probably has a stigma of people being like, oh, they're all terrible because there's all these stupid sequels, but the first one's like legitimately good.
Yeah, there's also really great effects.
Mm-hmm.
Really great effects. The Ouija Resurrection? What?
Looks like a Ouija ripoff.
Yeah, because I think
clearly, oh god, I bet it's terrible.
Yeah, it looks awful. Because remember, like,
she looks like a Bratz doll.
Yeah. Oh god, fake glitch effects. I don't like this. I do a really great glitch effect, but no one else does.
Oh yeah, do you?
Yeah, I'm the only person who can do that.
The Black Room.
Ugh.
Have you ever seen?
So bad.
This movie's shit.
The ABCs of Death.
Yeah.
It has the worst title I've ever seen.
It's
A is for apocalypse. T is for toilet.
It's 26 different short films about like the various ways people could die.
That's really dumb. I don't like that.
John Schnepp from Collider Video directed one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
It was called W for like WTF, and if I remember correctly, it was just a bunch of like weird shit.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a tough movie to get through.
I can't get over this synopsis. A is for apocalypse. T is for toilet. No,
Yeah.
that is not what? T is for terrifying. T is for terrible.
Well, no, like T is for toilet because it's signifying that someone is going to die
via toilet.
Yeah,
okay,
toilet related.
Yes, that's.
Well, I mean, the movie is kind of creative. I'll give it that because it's from 26 different filmmakers. It's all very tongue in cheek, but they all vary so much, and like, it's ridiculous.
I mean, I guess it's an anthology, but still, like, you have to have a vibe that like carries through them to make the anthology part actually like effective.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like Black Mirror, they're all different in their own way, and like they all have tones, but like they also all look similar, and like they have a similar feel to them. Like they feel
consistent.
They feel
when you
consistent.
when you have 26 directors, it's kind of just like a jumble of bullshit.
Yeah,
there's some weird like furry Nazi stuff in it. It's bizarre. Right now, in the horror section on Netflix, I'm on Hellbound Hellraiser 2. I watched this movie when I was young, and it fucked me up.
Did it? Is it any good?
It's a disgusting movie. Oh, I love the first two Hellraiser movies, but I borrowed this from my neighbor, and I put it in, and I had to turn it off because I was so disgusted by it.
Damn.
Because like basically, there's like this woman. She has no skin, and it's really convincing too.
Damn.
Like it has like
it's a
great
good prosthetic.
Yeah, I mean the makeup effects are like great.
They look good actually.
And like she has no skin, and she started making out with this man, and I was so like I thought they were gonna have sex, so I had to turn it off. Hellraiser is awesome. They have the first Hellraiser on here too. I'd recommend watching Hellraiser, Jacob. It's actually a really solid, really fucking creepy movie too.
All right.
Where is it on here?
Alex and I might watch that tonight. We won't. We will not do that. She can't stand horror films.
I would not recommend Hellraiser to Alex then, because where is Hellraiser? Is it on here? They have Hellbound too. They don't have the first Hellraiser. Could have swore I saw it on here. But that's a fucking like creepy movie that like even still like gets under my skin.
Yeah, go up to the astronaut's wife.
Yeah, I saw it too. It has Johnny Depp in it. Where is it?
I haven't ever heard of that. Go back. No, you passed it. Go back down.
Go back up?
No, down. Fuck. God damn it. No, back up.
Oh, I missed it again?
Yes.
Where is it?
One over. There you go.
It's so generic looking. Like,
it looks like...
They said it's a psychological thriller. I'm not guessing it's an actual horror movie. Oh, looks like we're watching it now.
Jesus. I hate that it does that.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. It sounds a lot like the time traveler's wife.
Or the astronaut farmer.
Oh, that's true.
Or what was it called? Space Cowboys with like Clint Eastwood back in the late 90s.
Space Cowboys? What was
that about? That was, I think it was about like a bunch of like farmers who got like recruited to be like astronauts or something.
Mm-hmm.
Here,
well, the astronaut farmer is about a guy who was like, I really want to be an astronaut, but I'm a farmer.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna make my own shit.
That was Billy Bob Thornton, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'll talk about this on the podcast, and then we'll leave you because we're hitting the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, we are.
Garen, well, first off, Cody and I, well, I'll backtrack all the way. This isn't movie related, so if you have anything movie related to say, we'll wrap up the show right now.
No, not really.
No? Not at all? Alright, well, cool.
Oh, well, Space Cowboys, they were Air Force test pilots, not farmers.
Gotcha. Alright, word. Well, that wraps it up for the movie segment. So, alright, I had this dream the other day. It was a pretty neat dream. It was a great dream. It was one of those you don't want to wake up from. You ever had those?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. They're really great. You want to, fall back asleep again.
Yeah,
Like,
you wake up and you're like, oh, shitty reality comes crushing back onto you.
That's true. But, so I had this dream where me and my dad a while ago, we made a potato gun. And it was great. We were like, wow, this is awesome. This is a great father-son thing to do. And it's awesome.
Great time to be alive.
Yeah, and I still have the potato gun, actually. Every now and again, we'll shoot it off.
That's what your production company is named after.
It's true, but that's a story for another time, as Maz Kanata would say. That's gross. That's gross. Kevin Feige did that recently. Anyway.
He actually said that?
Yeah, he was like, well, as Maz Kanata would say, it's a great story for another time.
Wow.
Isn't that ass?
Yeah.
That's so bad. Anyway.
I guess he's just a nerd.
I guess so. But, Kevin Feige one day is going to head Lucasfilm, guarantee it. Anyway, so I had this dream where me and my dad, instead of a potato gun, it was a backyard project to just go to the moon and build a rocket and go. And so
why not? We can do anything together.
Yeah, so this was in a universe where apparently we could do this. So we did. And we did it, and it was sick. So it got me searching about the legality of going to the moon on your own if you wanted. And it's completely legal to do.
It's legal?
It's legal. You can do it. And, obviously no one's ever done that. But, technically, I guess a bunch of UN members or whatever signed this pact that says that space itself and, every I guess, thing out there is open for free exploration. They encourage it. They encourage you to do it.
So Jacob, let's just build a fucking rocket ship and go to Mars.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you wouldn't be able to own any land because everything belongs to everyone. Technically, all of space belongs to you and me and her and him and everyone, so it belongs to no one. But, yeah. So, yeah, you can do it, but then again, none of us have the technology or the riches to really do it. The only person who does is, people that fund space programs and stuff like that, like Elon Musk. And even then, they don't really care about going to the moon. Going to the moon's been done. They don't mind it. Even though we're supposed to be doing it as a country now, going to the moon and then Mars and whatever. But, so, got me thinking, how could someone on a budget just do this? And I came up with a plan.
In your dream or in real life?
In real life. I came up with a plan, alright? You want me to read you this plan?
Go for it.
It's long.
All
right.
Maybe I regret it.
Okay, let's do this. Who just texted me? Oh, Cody sent a photo, my bad.
Mr. Lawrence?
Mr. Lawrence actually did text me. So, alright, I will, alright, he sent me it. Fuck, that's funny. Alright.
Oh, Mr. Lawrence.
He's a good guy. Okay.
We need to get him on the pod one day.
We do, we really do. Alright, so, alright, this is called the bootleg moon plan. Alright, it says, so the ship will need to be fairly light. I was thinking of an SUV, like a repurposed SUV.
Okay.
For we could make that a rocket ship. Basically, the entire back of the rocket ship would be oxygen tanks and fuel. We would only use it for that. And it's an SUV. It's an old car. Think Mad Max. And we'd need plenty of fuel. However, we'd be rocking with a more experimental type of fuel that I assume that we would get our hands on.
This is in the premium gasoline?
Yes.
I'm right?
Leaded. No.
Oh.
No. I mean, rocket fuel, in a way. We'd need a boat to transport us to the middle of the ocean, because we'd be in international waters then, and you can launch anything. You're not under any governmental supervision.
Oh.
Because we wouldn't let a government know, I guess. And, so once we're there, we can, we have a legal loophole to do this. We're going to use a hot air balloon a couple of them, to lift everything up into the atmosphere. And it's a retractable hot air balloon, so you would be able to like pull it back in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So like everything gets lifted up. This car basically gets lifted up into the air,
and we leave the boat behind.
Yes.
So
we
good.
leave the boat behind.
So
it
good.
sinks.
So good luck. Oh, do we intentionally sink the boat?
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't just leave it out in anticipation that it might like wash up and hit someone.
No. And
No,
we sink this shit.
We sink with what, like a gun?
Yeah.
like a sniper rifle.
Exactly.
Like as we're lifting up, you pull it out and you.
Exactly. You just ping this boat. So where am I? Where am I going? I lost my place.
Okay, so now we're lifting into the air.
Yeah, we're lifting into the air. We have these pre-fueled rocket boosters that are on the bottom, and they just give us, a little help. They help us get up there a little bit quicker. And once the hot air balloon stops working, because eventually the atmosphere turns into pretty thin oxygen and stuff, it would basically essentially pop. Not really pop, but it would stop working. So we pull it in. It gets pulled in.
Manually?
We save it. Well, yeah. We reel it in with like a couple fishing poles.
We have to be wearing like helmets or something. So
yeah, we're basically wearing
don't
like
blow up.
Yeah, we're basically like wearing like rebreathers and like goggles. So we're doing this shit. We pull it back in ourselves. This is me and Collin that are doing this. By the way.
No one else is.
Yeah, no one else is assisting us.
Oh my god.
And
no
so,
professionals.
Like, yeah. All right.
Except us.
Yeah. So like once the hot air balloon goes off, we should be in the tops of the atmosphere by now. We should be floating. But if we're not, the rocket boosters we turn them up a little bit and they boost us back up. They boost us all the way up to where we're floating now. And so we're in like a high orbit at this point of the Earth.
Is it getting like icy? Like
yeah, it's cold, but it's fine. It's no worries. All right. So the boosters detach once we're floating. We're fine. They fall to the Earth.
They burn up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, they probably like I don't know. They fucking
meteorite through someone's cornfield. Just boom! Holy shit!
They crash through someone's house.
Honey.
Yeah. Well, we're over the ocean. I would assume that they'd fall in the ocean. All right. So we're wearing these rebreathers. If the balloons, well, all right. I'll skip ahead. All right.
You're like, wait, you have it all planned out in case of the balloons failing.
Yeah. All right. So we would manually chart a course to the moon. Basically, we just point at where the moon's going to be in 8 days.
So we're still in the car. So like,
yeah. We're in the car.
Do we like turn the ignition?
Yeah.
At some point, and we start steering towards the moon.
Yeah, and we tape the steering wheel to make sure it goes in the right direction. We don't have like a manual thing. This is very low class.
So all right, so it can only go in one direction.
Well, yeah, once we tape it there, because we're gonna tape it and it's gonna go in one direction. All right. So, all right. Anyway, full steam ahead now. Our engines would be operated in spurts because we'd use medium amounts of boost and then we'd stop it because momentum would just carry us. Yeah, because you're in a vacuum.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and obviously this would take much more time than the Apollo missions took. We'd take 8 days instead of their 3, but that's because the Apollo missions took that much time because they had limited amounts of oxygen that they were working with. So they just ran the shit the whole time. Like they just full steamed ahead. They needed to make this shit in 3 days because they didn't carry that much oxygen. They would run out. They would run out of shit.
They're like, look, guys, we really don't know what's going to happen up there, so we're just going to try to get you back as quick as possible.
Exactly. So,
wait, 3 days there and back?
3 days there, 3 days back.
Okay.
So it was like a week-long trip.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a vacation.
Yeah. You're like, thank God.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get off this planet.
But, all right, we're going to take 8 days there, 8 days back.
So a little over 2 weeks.
Yes, and we're rocking with significantly less oxygen. But here's how we do it. Here's how we do it, Collin.
Breathe through straws only? No talking.
No, here's what we do. This is so fucking dumb. All right. I note in this thing because, and here's the interesting part, we'd use some recently developed pills to allow us to basically go into a sleep-like state, and we would allow our heart to only beat once every 5 minutes, and we'd consume less oxygen
So we'd be in like stasis practically.
Yes, and the pills would wear off every 2 to 3 days to make sure that we're on course, to make sure that we're good.
So so it's like Alien. We wake up, make sure to check a few things.
Yes.
Take these unspecified pills.
Yeah, that we would get from the black market, obviously, because we're working with way less funds here.
With the deep web, search Looking specifically for a pill that slows the heart rate and knocks you out.
Yeah, basically, like, we use oxygen.
That's pretty genius.
Yeah, it kind of is. And, like, it is, like, a lot like Alien, except we would still age, but it's only a couple days, so not a big deal.
We wouldn't be in cool little, like, frozen capsules.
No, we would lean our chairs back, though, in our thing, and then we'd shut it off, like, we'd be in, like, a vacuum-sealed chamber, so we wouldn't, like, freeze or anything.
We wouldn't need to eat or anything?
Fuck it. We'd be hooked to an IV, so we'd get, like, fluids and stuff like that.
I was planning that we just bring, like a month's worth of beef jerky.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. That's a good idea. And
food.
Solar radiation, we'd have to be working with that. But it's not a big, huge deal, because we'd basically just be wearing, like, tarps. Like, tarps.
We'd put up those sun blazers that people would put.
Yeah.
That would keep us safe from solar radiation.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so, we would basically be using so little oxygen here, and our oxygen would be carried in scuba tanks because we're super budgeting. And, like, so we'd only use, the both of us, for 8 days, going, like, super, super conservative, we'd only use, like, 4 or 5 tanks of oxygen, because we wouldn't be breathing, basically. We'd just be, like, on the edge of death. We'd wake up every now and again to refuel our brains on oxygen, get some blood flowing a little bit, and make sure we're still on course, because if we're not, then we have to turn around, and then we'd get back to sleep. So we'd wake up again when it's about time to land on the moon. By the way, we're carrying 2 parachutes, one that's super durable, one that's not.
So like a value brand parachute.
Yeah.
One is like a premium priced one.
Yeah.
A lot of budget had to go into that.
Yeah. All right. So, like, we the less one is to land on the lunar surface, because there's basically no atmosphere to break through, and, like, the gravity's less, so we don't really need it. So we parachute onto the ground. We chill on the moon. We use most of the oxygen on the moon because we want to explore. I would assume that we go to the backside of the moon because no one's ever been there. So, and we're doing this on a bootleg thing, so, like, why would we not just do that shit?
Do we at least have legit astronaut suits?
No, we do not. We have scuba gear.
Would that work?
We're wearing... Yeah, sure, why not,
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think that, like, the pressure might be weird, but, like, who cares? I don't think the pressure in space is, like, to where... It would take minutes to, like, kill you if you were without a breather. And, like, you wouldn't
just die instantly.
No, and your head wouldn't explode. That's not a realistic thing. That's not a realistic estimate. Your head doesn't explode. I don't think that's a thing. But, anyway. Alright. We're getting a lot of feedback. Do you hear this?
Yeah, I do hear that.
I wonder why. Interesting. Anyway.
What if we just get, like, a transmission from some aliens?
Oh my god, and they're like, your idea's great. But, alright, since...
Genius. Affordable and effective.
Exactly. Alright,
My favorite part is the unspecified pills.
Yeah, isn't that, like, so, like, ex machina?
Yeah, it's like, what do we, like... This would make a good movie.
Yeah, it would. It would be, like, a great, like, coming of age.
Coming of age story. Yeah, have it, like, cast the kids from Stranger Things.
Exactly, yes, the whole cast.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Jimmy Neutron movie.
It kind of is, actually. It is a lot like that.
Remember in the Jimmy Neutron movie, they just didn't have to wear helmets?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, even as a kid, I was like, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Little 7-year-old me was like that. I loved the movie, but I was like, that's horse shit.
It is. Anyway.
Little kids know that you can't just not wear gear in space.
Yeah, kids aren't that stupid. Anyway.
Let alone modifying amusement park rides as rocket ships.
That was a weird moment.
Yeah.
All right. Since the lunar surface is a lot easier to escape in zero grav, no boosters would be required. So the boosters we threw away, we don't need them anymore. We don't need them.
The boosters just when the balloons are coming
Yeah.
Right.
So we reuse the balloon. We reuse the balloon back into the atmosphere, and since their gravity's way less, I assume we would just float back up anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, if not, we'll just, like, put our hands out of the door and just push the surface.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then, like, we'd, like, do this, we'd basically swim up. And, we repeat the atmospheric procedure that we did on Earth, because I feel like it'd be the same thing. Upon re-entry into our atmosphere, we'd glide down. We would need to glide because we'd be approaching at way less speed because we don't care.
Back
We'd slow it
back
down.
onto Earth.
Yeah.
We
I'd
wouldn't
assume
just
we
be
make it
some
back.
we wouldn't just be some like burning, thrusting.
I would hope not.
Jacob, fuck.
I would hope not. And like we glide back into this thing very smoothly. We glide in, and then like, but eventually we would start like burning up. We would start burning up. So
that's when we'd completely explode and
Yeah.
be utterly annihilated while coming back to Earth.
Exactly. But like we'd glide into this thing. Our wings we'd have wings, by the way, on this thing. We have wings attached. Yeah. And like our wings on our descent back into Earth would like be under so much shit because we'd be gliding in and like we would be burning up. And they just rip off. We'd let them rip off. So like we start like turning a little bit, but this is when we deploy our high tension parachutes. Boom.
Oh,
we do
super premium.
Yes, the super premium parachute, the one that are like really, it's this was a good investment on our parts.
It's like stuff that NASA owns.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. We would have to steal this from NASA, and so like we would slow back down. It'd be great, and like we'd land. I assume in a similar place where our boat is. And like
no, fuck that.
Where did we land?
We land in your fucking parking lot.
Oh my god!
Driveway.
Yes, yes. We land in our driveway.
Feel like kind of like the car kind of flies momentarily.
Yeah.
Because we have like a GPS, and we literally land in your driveway.
I'm on board with that. Yeah.
Fuck landing in the ocean. We don't have a boat anymore.
Yeah, and then,
we have no other choice.
Exactly. And at this point, I feel like people would know. They'd be like, all right, yeah, definitely. NASA would be like, people left for the moon a couple days ago, and they're there now. So by this point, we would be criminals because even though it is legal to land on the moon and stuff like that, it's completely legal. But we need to go to court over this. We would have to. Someone would take us to court.
Authorities aren't going to buy this loophole of being like, yeah, space is free.
Yeah, no. we would need to go public and be like, look, you guys signed this agreement that says this, and then they'd be like, oh, you're right. But also, we'd be international heroes. We would be the most famous people of our decade, of the century. We would absolutely be so famous.
But we didn't specify what we'd do more on the moon.
Oh well,
we'd write Snyder-Collin Podcast on some sort of like in their moon gravel.
Yeah, we would.
I don't know.
I had to scratch my ear. I think because landing on the backside, we would do it during a new moon, so like the backside is lit up, so we can see.
Smart.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
Thinking
things through.
We find an alien creature, of course, naturally.
Yeah, no, but because on the backside there's a secret moon base there, as they say, and we would exploit that. We would be like, look, if you guys charge us for this crime, we're gonna fucking tell everybody about the secret moon base.
And the glebe-glob species.
Yes, the glip-glops.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd do it.
The glorbs.
Exactly. And, like, we would exploit that. Easy. Done.
So we'd get away with it.
Yeah, we'd be fine. It'd be awesome. So, with all that said and done, we would be revered as heroes. I assume that some company would be like, look, do you want to, like, get, like, famouser? Because, like Elon Musk would be like, look, join SpaceX and we're good. Like, y'all are straight. So
I'd be like, I didn't even want to go to space. Jacob just made me.
Yeah, he's my part. Honestly, I wrote this part for me and Cody. I wrote it with Cody
and mine. Oh, yeah, okay.
But for all intents and purposes for the podcast, I'm putting you in his position. Sorry, Cody, if you listen.
Well, thank you. I like to feel a part of things.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it would have been much less exciting if I wrote this and like me and Cody did this. What do you think about that, Collin? Cody understands.
Yeah, now I'm really visualizing myself in it.
Yeah. And like, you know, I think that
plot twist, the unspecified pills start like killing us.
Oh my god, yeah, over time.
Yeah. So we die like 5 years later.
Yeah, but like we're rich. We're beyond rich at this point because people are like, we just want them to be rich now.
Paramount Pictures produces a film.
Yeah.
That we make, by the way.
Yeah, we would make it, yes.
Yeah.
Because our true passion is filmmaking anyway.
Who would you cast for the role of Jacob Snyder?
Oh, man. Army Hammer.
Alright, Army Hammer.
Yeah.
And then it's, God, who plays Collin? It's Joe Manganiello.
Oh my god.
So it's Army Hammer and Joe Manganiello.
Yeah. But Joe Manganiello has to do your voice the whole time. He has to do like, I'm not really sure.
He
about
also
this,
has to
Jacob.
lose like 150 pounds.
Yeah.
He gets to that. He gets to that in a character.
Oh man, I would cast Kevin James as myself. Actually.
Oh yeah, he'd be. Oh god, Kevin. They what would the movie be called?
Oh, the astronaut cowboy.
Nah,
Gran Torino.
Has to be more pretentious.
Yeah, it does.
A portrait of the moon.
The Men on the Moon.
That's
Actually kind of a good title.
The Men on the Moon. It reminds
Yeah.
me of Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey.
Well, it's a play on Man on the Moon.
Men on the Moon.
Yeah.
'Cause
And,
that's
like,
what we
it's
are, men.
The Man on the Moon, Kid Cudi's album. It would be called Santa Clarita Diet.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, man.
Timothy Oliphant's terrible.
He's a very good-looking man. He's also good on Justified, though.
Is he?
Yeah, he's good on Justified.
I don't know. He just seems kind of like a douchebag.
I mean, he probably is in
Yeah.
real life, but
I'm sure all these actors and celebrities are.
I'm sure they are.
In real life, they're just the worst.
Yeah, he's good on Justified, though. I enjoyed him.
Fair.
He also, I think he would have made a great Deathstroke.
Dude, Gilmore Girls is back.
Oh my god. No way. Sean Gunn? Isn't he in that?
Sean, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
That's funny. Brother of James Gunn.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that is the bootleg moon plan. I've sent it to a couple people because I was like, Jesus Christ, this might be genius. Like, this might be absolutely ingenious.
What did they say? Were they like,
Zeke, I sent it to Zeke, and Zeke was just like, there are flaws. I was like, no shit, there are flaws. I'm not going to do this. Like, this, I think they mistook it like this is a thing that I'm going to, like, try to do. And I think at the end of it, I was like, this might cost, like, $500,000. Like, to do all of this.
I would say probably at least like 10 million.
Well, the thing is, like, we're doing it super low budget. Like, so low budget. We're supposed to be the everyman doing this.
$500,000?
Yeah.
That's still a lot of money.
I mean, yeah, yeah, you have to be a gazillionaire to go to space, dude. Like, it's
I
not...
was thinking more like 10,000.
10,000, really?
Yeah.
Because, like, a hot air balloon in its own is, like, $43,000. And we need, like, 3 of them to be doing this.
Well, Jacob, I mean, I won't donate any of my personal money.
Fair enough.
And I won't, like, help, like, install
Anything?
anything. Yeah. But I'll join you.
I know where you're going with this.
I won't take any of these unspecified pills, though. I'll just breathe through a straw slowly.
Fair enough.
That's the main flaw. We need more oxygen. I don't think these unspecified pills that slow our
You don't
heart...
think they help?
No,
You're not going to do it?
No, I wouldn't.
It's like the Nick Fury pill and the Winter Soldier that he takes. This is the idea that I based it off on.
Oh,
really.
okay.
The Nick Fury pill that, like, basically, like, it makes him appear dead. We'd be, like, in a dead-like state. We would legally be pronounced dead. We'd, like, be breathing so
it'd
lightly.
be like
it wouldn't even-
flatliners.
Yeah.
I'd transform into Ellen Page after taking the first couple pills.
I would be Diego Luna. Because I look like him.
Yeah. Kiefer Sutherland would pop up and we'd be like, how did you get here?
Kiefer Sutherland. That's funny. Anyway, after all that, we'll probably wrap the pod up now. I did want to give a quick shout out because I had someone who I didn't expect to listen to the podcast. My old friend from middle and elementary and high school, I guess. We didn't go to the same high school, but we were still friends during it. I consider him a good friend. Grant Glennon? I don't know if you're familiar with this man.
No.
Well,
I don't believe I am.
that's okay. He's a good guy. Much like yourself, he's a good guy.
Oh.
Yeah. But he listens to the podcast. He's listened to it. He said, keep it up. He loves it.
Thank you, Grant.
Yeah. Here's a special thing about Grant, though. Grant is attending Florida State University, as many are. That's not
Okay.
what's special about him. Grant's a special person on his own. But he actually got a scholarship to play football for Florida State, and he's on the football team, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's
Oh, so we
a
have
long snapper.
So we have a FSU player?
We do have an
Ooh.
FSU player. He's a freshman now. I don't know if he's playing a whole ton, but it doesn't matter. You could play never. As long as you listen to our podcast, you're fine by me.
Well,
Grant.
yeah, fair. I mean,
Yeah, and I love you unconditionally. And so, like, whatever you decide to do in life, I'm on board with, and I'm signed up for it, and I love you, man.
A few words for Grant. I want you to get that ball and just don't fucking let go of it.
I mean, you
Get that
have to let go
ball
of it. As a long
Get
snapper,
that ball
you do.
and you You run.
I don't think he should.
Is he a Rudy type of player?
No, he's a long snapper.
No, I mean like Rudy, like Sean Astin. Have you ever seen Rudy?
Yes, I've seen Rudy.
Yeah, is he Rudy-ish? Is he Rudy-esque?
Yeah, he's Rudy-esque.
Yeah.
People do shout his name. They shout, Grant, Grant, Grant.
I want to rewatch
Grant.
Rudy, because I feel like I
Kinda
didn't
do too.
appreciate it when I first watched it.
I might have that on DVD.
My sister got me that DVD for Christmas a long time ago.
Ooh.
And like I opened it and I was just like, Rudy? Like I knew what it was. I was like that inspirational football movie. I was like, I don't think I watched it until like a long time later, and I remember it was pretty good. Jon Favreau's in it too. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
You know, when I watched that movie, Rudy wears the Letterman jacket. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He wears the Notre Dame Letterman
Yeah,
jacket.
yeah.
And I thought that was the coolest freaking jacket. I was like, this is so cool. And I didn't, at the time, I was really young when I saw it, because that's an older movie. But
I saw it when I was like maybe 14.
True. I don't know, I was in elementary school when I saw that. You know.
You're like, man.
There's an age gap with you and I. But
There
I was
is.
like, dude, that jacket is so cool. And I wore like a different type of jacket, but I was like, I can pull this off in a Rudy-esque way. So I did, and it didn't work. But that's fine. That's fine. Worked for me as a person.
My brother had a Letterman jacket for Childs.
Really?
For the weightlifting team.
It's funny how everyone got Lettermans.
Yeah.
Like, I know I have a letter, I believe. I think I have a letter.
I never got the letter.
See, I actually skipped the assembly or like the class that gave them out, so I think I got it later.
I was never awarded anything
That's okay.
in high school, except for third place People's Choice for the film festival. For Ghost Car.
That's cool. I've
That was
seen
my-
Ghost Car. I've seen that. I watched that with you.
Was it the same day we watched Viewpoint Motive?
Yeah, we watched all of them. We binge watched your entire filmography. It was pretty fun. It was a fun day. I had a good time.
Ghost Car, man.
What are we?
Dude,
what
it
are we?
has-
Some kind of ghost car?
It has like 5,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's weird. It has like 30 dislikes.
I mean,
I don't blame them. Hey man, I remember when we had Ghost Car premiere. It was the first movie of the evening too. Because
Really?
I believe you could rate the movies.
Really?
Yeah, for
Wow,
like
that's pretty-
fun,
that's
like
kinda
a
cool.
MPAA rating, and I think we gave it like a PG.
Did you swear in it? I can't remember.
We said damn or hell, I believe.
Oh, okay. So something
Yeah.
very, very PG. You could say that in a PG movie these days.
Man, dude, I wish I could go back in time, meet myself, and be like, hey, don't worry, I'm gonna make your short film for you, and just make the most like fucked up, weird thing, you know? Just the most
Yeah.
like disturbing, unnerving, unsettling little short film.
I'm on board with that.
Because I
Yeah.
guess you couldn't do it when it was 18.
No,
18,
you
I
could
was
not.
like, oh, Ghost Car, man.
No.
Based on a true story, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But we will save that story for next week's podcast. Is
We will.
Is the next podcast the Halloween special?
I think so.
Mm.
It might be. It might be. I don't know. I can't remember.
I think there might be one more, but we are going to be having a Halloween special.
We are. We are not entirely sure what we're doing for it, but we're going to keep you in the dark on it anyway, so we'll figure out what we're going to do.
May or may not be available on Halloween, or the day before Halloween, or the day after Halloween, but there is going to be a Halloween special.
We'll make it available Halloween night.
Yeah.
You'll be able to listen to it Halloween night and just follow along. Not going to be a scary podcast. We're going to be discussing funny Halloween movies.
It's going to send a shiver down your spine.
Oh, it will. It will. It'll be something to... It'll be something very
Dark.
chilling.
Something darker.
Yes.
All
Anyway,
right,
guys, we're going to wrap this up.
time for butt plugs.
Yep. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. We're going to end it right there. Anyway, where can we find you, Colin?
I'm on Twitter and I have 14 followers.
Oh, my God.
I know. You can
Wow.
follow me at Collin_Goody, Goode. You can also, you can find me on Tinder too, ladies.
Oh, my God. Good plug. Good plug there. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that was a good plug. I liked you there. I like what you did. You can find me at Jacob's Wetsuit on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook as well. You can find us on Facebook as well, the Snyder-Collin Podcast on Facebook. Just look it up. It's there. There's a hyphen between Snyder and Collin, but that's not a big deal. You can
Spider-Man.
Yeah, you can miss it out too. You don't have to leave. You can leave that part out. But we're also reachable mainly at Facebook. You could reach out to us. You could also send an email to our email at flyingpotato.prod @gmail.com. Send an email. Ask a question. We don't have any mail time segment this week because we haven't received any mail. But if you, I guess the Grant part was mail time. Grant,
in a way,
yeah. Shout out to Grant Glennon for.
Essentially, we don't have a fan base.
Yeah, basically,
we're not getting fan mail, but
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. They just don't want to. They're a quiet fan base.
Yeah, they're very niche.
Yeah, they'll mail in when they want.
Yeah,
yeah, when they really feel up to it. I don't know.
We're gonna still keep doing these pods, though.
We are. This is episode 15, I think. Yeah, I think so.
We're gonna keep doing these pods until the cows come home.
Yep. That'll do it. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Y'all, you guys have a great rest of your week. Should be coming out on a Wednesday here, so you guys have a great rest of your week. Hope all is well for you guys. Yeah, y'all have a good one. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. See you. Make sure to be careful out there. It's cold and flu season. Sorry for all the throughout the episode, but yeah. All right. See ya.
Yep.
Peace.
See ya. Have a good one, guys. Bye.